Alright, hello
Alright.
and welcome to the Legacy content. We have special Legacy content today. I'm joined by my friend Yogurt from Vienna. Hi Yogurt.
Greetings, greetings.
So we're gonna be playing Death and Taxes, which I heard is one of your pet decks.
Yes, I remember when I was a young whippersnapper at the age of 15, and I was like, Dad, I want to play some Legacy. He's like, what is that? And I was like, doesn't matter, I just need some money to buy something. And I showed him like the list of prices, and he was like, you're stupid, I'm not going to buy you any of this is way too expensive. And I was like, what about this one? And then he looked at it and read it and like skipped over the name, and that was like about $600 at the time. So he's like, that's a hefty sum, but if you really mean it, we'll buy it. And that's how I came to play Death and Taxes.
That's amazing. Yeah, Legacy is super expensive to get into, and Death and Taxes is like one of the beginner decks, right? It's kinda affordable. You don't need dual lands.
Yeah, like the deck I think is perfectly encapsulated by like easy to play, hard to master. Because the floor of the deck is so high, but the ceiling is even higher.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what up, Sven? Anyway, so you sent me this deck list. I'm personally, well, we discussed playing different decks together, and personally I'm a big Ether Vial fan, so this is kinda perfect for me. Usually I play like Goblins, that's like my pet deck. So I'm familiar with the Ether Vial, Wasteland, Rishadan port setup. But it is very different also, so how about we just go over the main plane of the deck? What is it trying to do generally?
So compared to Goblins, which I personally see as more of like a board control deck, as crazy as that seems.
It really is a control deck sometimes, yeah.
In this case, D&T is more so towards the, I'd say, you can call it a tempo deck, but most of the time, it really just is a prison deck. It has a bunch of these like hate bears and prison elements that make sure that the opponent is like slowed down in their game plan, and makes the opponent have to make awkward move choices or sequencing in most of their turns.
Yeah, so instead of like trying to control what they already played, you like just try to stop them from even doing the things.
Exactly. So the way basically, or I'd say one of the like key pieces of the deck, so like in the very first inception of the deck, actually the deck came together from a card called Mangara of Corondor. But that card is like already so far back in like Legacy's history.
Yeah, that's the dude who like exiles permanents, right?
Yeah, like himself and the permanent, and in conjunction with Caracas, you can always just bounce him before he exiles himself, but still exile the other permanent.
Yeah, that's a pretty good combo. I've seen it also with like flicker effects and stuff.
Yeah.
But
like,
yeah, Mangara's not even in the deck anymore.
Yeah, but like one of the like key pieces basically in the deck, that's kind of like the kind of hallmark card, like the face of the deck, is Athalia, which is like the premier 2-drop of the deck.
Yep, we've got 4
basically,
of her.
right, like so obviously 1 4 of her because you always want to draw her despite her being legendary. So what's nice about her is basically in a format that's dominated by Brainstorm, Ponder, and Preordain, all of those cards become really, really bad at 2 mana. Or, I mean, basically become super inefficient.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't play a 2-mana cantrip, really.
And despite this card actually being like a 2-sided effect, the deck construction of the deck is basically built around this card to make it a 1-sided effect.
Yeah, I've set up our deck here. Wait, let's actually do it this way, then we really see we've got all creatures except the 3 equipments that we can just cheat into play with, Stoneforge, and those 1-drops. Everything else are creatures too. Don't get affected by the Thalia.
So, but the thing is, Thalia, despite like her having basically this non-creature spell tax, over the course of the game becomes a bit worse and worse as the opponent amasses more lands. But for that, actually, to supplement Thalia, in our own mana base, we actually have the 2 best lands at attacking the opponent's mana base, which are Wasteland. And in case the opponent has too many basic lands, we have Rishadan Port as well, which obviously you mentioned you already know.
Exactly, so our lands actually can also just take away your opponent's mana, which is very good, obviously.
Another way to basically interact with Thalia or circumvent her is to basically shoot her down. But in the deck, to do that, we also, to deal with that sort of plan from, let's say, like a control type of strategy, we have other very good tools, which are Mother of Runes, which in my opinion is probably one of the strongest cards in the deck, alongside with Flicker Wisp from like the pure power level.
Yeah, they made like a fixed version of Mother of Runes in Modern for a reason, who can't protect itself, so that makes the card just so strong.
Yeah, this card is just stupid good. Stupid good. Also, we have Flicker Wisp to protect Thalia if it comes out of the Ether Vial.
I see here we only play 3 Flicker Wisps. Is that intentional? Usually you go like 4 of these?
Yeah. The thing is, I really wanted to play 4, but in this stock list meta, I think especially with, you know, like decks like Elves running around a lot, and also generally Flicker Wisp kind of sucks against combo decks due to it being so mana intense. I really hate going down to 3 apiece, but I think in this meta specifically, it's not quite as good.
And we are prepared for the meta. I love it. So do you? General question: do you play a lot these days to have an idea of the meta?
I used to not play at all during the times that Ochre was legal, because that was just insanely unfun to play against.
Same.
But I mean, then towards the end, I started picking up a bit more because of the Yorion Death and Taxes build, which just crushed every like fair deck.
Oh yeah, obviously you just have one more card in your hand, expensive but still.
And combined with Caracas and the entire Flicker effects of this deck, which actually has a lot of Flicker synergies, which we'll get to, it just became like such an insane, infinite long-term, long game engine.
Was the meta so control heavy these days, or?
Yeah. Not these days, but back in the day, like towards the Oko meta, in the end it used to only be like 4 or 5 color piles and Ruck Delver. And both of those decks would just lose to like a Yorion flickered in, and then you would just flicker, you know, like 2 Recruiters, a Flicker Wisp, draw like 4 extra cards, and then just bounce with Caracas and do it again once they shoot everything down.
I see. Okay, so... yeah, keep going.
Yeah, so Caracas, also quickly want to mention, it's nice on one hand because it synergizes well with Thalia, but on the other hand it is a very, very potent hate piece against combo decks. Especially against the likes of Show and Tell for bouncing Griselbrand and Emrakul, Reanimator for bouncing Elishnorn on top of Griselbrand, and Merit Mage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is a legendary land, but we still have 3 because it is just, in Legacy, its ability is more relevant than you might think usually.
And not only that, it is just a plains in this deck. So
except that it's legendary.
There's basically 0 opportunity. Yeah, right. So you only suffer from the legendary clause.
Exactly, yeah, it's very nice. Well, like, as a side note, I even play this card as a one-off in my Goblins deck, even though there are no white cards, it's just that strong.
Yeah, right. Also due to being uncounterable, and you can't Thought Seize it and stuff, so it's just so good against those, like, discard combo decks, or like, against Force of Will decks and stuff. Yeah,
it bounces, just to name a few, Griselbrand, Aridlash, Emrakul, all the Eldrazi's. So there's a lot.
And everything, yeah. So then, also one thing I want to talk about to finish up the mana base, one of the very, very strong suits in this deck is that this deck plays Basic Plains, which is, in my opinion, the 2nd or 3rd best card in the deck after Mother of Runes.
And we have 11 of them.
Yeah. Basic Plains is so busted in Legacy. It's crazy. Like,
I love
you think it's like a... Like, obviously they make fun of it being a Plains, but I have had so many complaints from people at the GP, like day 2 even, where they would just complain that like, oh my god, why do you just play Basic Plains? And why is there like 3 of them on the battlefield? And why am I losing to this? And people were sitting there, you know, with like their duels and like 3 Wastelands. The Lance players would just start mauling at me for just going Basic Plains, Basic Plains.
That's interesting.
Players as well.
For example, I don't see Cavern of Souls here, so we just decide that basic lands are better than the occasional uncounterable creature.
Yes, definitely.
Especially it's not a tribal deck, right? So Cavern is like not as strong as it would be in Goblins.
That's a funny thing, actually. This iteration of Death and Taxes is actually very far away from a tribal deck. If you look at it, the only creatures that really share a creature type are Mother, Thalia, Recruiter, Prelate, and Jailer, which obviously is still a lot, but compared to like a Goblins deck or like an Elves deck, you just lose to Plague Engineer immediately. And this list, I mean, Because back in the day, before Plague Engineer didn't exist, they used to play Dread of Night, which was an absolute nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, that card, thankfully you don't see that anymore.
Yeah, and now Plague Engineer is so mediocre against Death and Taxes. Also due to the fact that D&T has actually the best removal spell in the game for creatures.
Yeah, obviously.
That being Swords to Plowshares, which allows you to actually, like, if you look at our creatures, they're not that big. Like, some of them have evasion, some of them have, like, removal spells slapped on, like Jailer Apparition. But Swords to Plowshares is basically, like, the card that's gonna get you through cards like Tarmogoyf and stuff.
Yeah, it just deals with everything, and the life gain is like the least drawback. We're not an aggro deck, so...
Yeah.
Question here from the chat, why is there one Flagstones of Trocare instead of a Plains?
So that is for our sideboard plan. If you look at the sideboard, we have this 4-mana card in the sideboard, Cataclysm.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so the Cataclysm is important in this case. The Flagstones, you can leave it if you want to. It doesn't have to be in the deck. I personally like it, because I think the upside of having a Flagstones out when you Cataclysm and then get to untap with 2 lands is very important, in my opinion. But some players just prefer having a 13th plane, which I absolutely don't judge them for.
Mm-hmm.
But, because the thing is, Flagstones obviously suffers from Blood Moon, especially from Back to Basics, which isn't so present in the meta right now, and that's why I feel comfortable playing the Flagstones.
Alright.
And also, in rare occasions, you can get tempoed out. I've lost a game against the depth players, where he just Flagstoned, where he wasted my Flagstones in the upkeep, and then I had to get a tapped plains and couldn't play my removal spell.
Put it onto the battlefield tapped, I see, yeah, that's a small tempo downside here with this card.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything we haven't mentioned yet from the main deck before we jump to the rest of the sideboard?
Yeah, just quickly, to finish out the removal package, we have 3 Skyclave Apparitions and 1 Jailer, as we mentioned previously.
Probably the biggest update from the recent times, Skyclave Apparition.
This card is so insanely good, and with the Flicker synergies from Flicker Wisp, really are what kind of, like, put the deck back on the power level scale, where it really used to struggle for a long time.
That makes sense. Like, it deals with any non-land permanent that costs 4 or less, which is basically anything you see in Legacy. And they never get it back is the most important thing.
Yeah, like what's also really nice about it, the fact is that the card doesn't return once the apparition dies, and then it leaves behind a blue illusion token, which actually brings us to the last point I want to talk about in this deck, which is like basically the value engine of the deck when it comes to like raw card advantage is the Stoneforge Mystics.
Yeah, it's like a 1/2 that gives you another card into your hand. It's very good.
Yeah, and also being able to cheat in Batterskull against most aggro or Delver strategies is usually lights out unless they have Brazen Borrower.
Yeah, it's so funny, like think about having a 4/4 on turn 3 that doesn't even attack, it's not that good, but it's just that you can, when it's good, you then can get it, that's what makes it so strong.
Yeah, and also you have Sword of Fire and Ice against control decks, which basically transform all your like little critters into card-drawing threats.
Like an electrolyze onto any creature.
It's more a shock, because you can't split the damage.
Yeah, true, but you do draw a card.
Yeah, and also the Omazawa Jide for creature mirrors.
Yeah, that's just like the 3 best equipments ever printed.
Definitely. Except for like Skull Clamp, but
yeah,
you know how that went.
And legal in Legacy.
Yeah. And last thing I want to touch on is the Ether Vial, which we mentioned before is... in this deck, it's funny, because obviously if you draw it, the deck becomes 10 times better, but the deck works perfectly fine without the Ether Vial.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like the stable mana base.
This must be one of my most favorite cards ever. You see here I have the Mirrodin or Darksteel version. I've owned this card for 15 years now, I love it so much.
It's such a sick card.
Yeah, you just flash your creatures in, and over the course of a game this generates you 10 mana or more for 1.
Yeah, the mana cheating is crazy on this card.
And of course, like, it's card disadvantage, you don't get anything from that, but we were gonna talk about card advantage anyway.
Yeah, so on one option you have the equipment package, or you can just have the Recruit of the Guard with Flicker synergies, which allows you to 2 out of Flicker Wisp and then kind of chain recruiter triggers to get more cards drawn out of your deck.
Dude, I love tutor effects so much. I wanted to play something like this in Modern, but you just don't have recruiter, and it's less fun without it, honestly. Just
and
playing with your whole library.
In general. Because you're missing out on the tutor effect and the toolbox, which is also why Death and Taxes is so strong, because it just has like such strong bullet cards like Spirit of the Labyrinth against control decks, or like blue combo decks, or Sanctum Prelate, which just basically destroys lands by itself due to like shutting down every 2-cost spell.
Oh, lands the lands deck, not just lands in general, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the lands deck. Yeah, so that's basically for the main deck. Quickly to touch upon the sideboard.
Before we go to that, I was gonna ask about the Spirit. Like, I've seen that pop up recently. Has there been an influx in card draw, like those draw 7 combo decks or something, while we run this in main?
The thing is, funnily enough, the Spirit is kind of came into fruition due to Uro being very, very heavily played in the meta.
Uro's still legal in Legacy, right? It's banned in Modern, legal in Legacy. Unfortunately. Better than Oko, honestly.
True, obviously, because it's a creature, but still, it's very, very bothersome. But yeah, I mean, the Spirit, once you have the Spirit lying down, most blue decks really struggle.
Also, it's a 3-1, so it attacks hard for 2 mana.
Which also makes it very good against blue combo decks in general. So overall, also very in love with this card.
Nice.
For example, like viling it in against the Brainstorm is the most orgasmic feeling.
True.
It's
gotta
so
say.
sick. It's so unbelievably sick.
They have to put back 2 cards, so yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and one thing that bothers me is that compared to like the other hate draw effects, your opponent can actually draw 1 card on his own turn, because it's not worded like other cards like Hull Breacher or Leovold, which prevents you from drawing at all if it isn't your turn.
So it only works in your own draw step?
Basically, yeah. But it's still nice against like, end step Brainstorm, for example, to like violet in.
So Hull Breacher's text says, except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, Spirit says you can draw 1 also on your opponent's turn. So if you play Brainstorm in your opponent's turn, you at least get to draw 1.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's still a good card.
Very much.
They could have... If it was in non-white, I assure you, it would be better. But whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Also, quick fact for the sideboard plan, since I touched upon Cataclysm.
Yep.
Actually, let's just talk about the sideboard, then I'll mention that later. So, to quickly touch upon basically you have the 2 extra removals in Path to Exile, which are kind of like for matchups like let's say Elves, Goblins, Merit Lage.
So like the second best 1 mana removal card, Path to Exile.
Yeah. So that one's pretty obvious. You have the anti-combo package in Deafening Silence and Aethersworn Canonist, as well as the one-off Mind Break trap at the bottom.
So all of these punish your opponents for trying to play multiple spells in a turn.
Yeah, so the one thing that Death and Taxes struggles with is due to not having access to Force of Will, fast combo decks are typically the hardest matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to. I just love playing creature decks, so that's totally what I know.
Yeah. Which even so is funny because, Death and Tax is probably the best creature deck against combo decks, but it still struggles against it compared to decks like Goblins and Elves.
Yeah, you have at least your Thalias and your Sanctum Prelate and whatnot, but they might just be too fast for that. Like, I remember I played red-white Goblins with Thalia in the sideboard, and they just thought seize her before I could play her and still kill me, so it's not, doesn't win you the game by itself.
So, also, I play 1 Disenchant in the sideboard. I really don't know why, I just know that I really love the card. Especially, it's kind of become redundant with the existence of Skyclave Apparition, but just having it be at 2 mana does really make a difference. Don't ask me why, I just really feel like the card is needed.
Yeah, we are feeling the Disenchant. Let's go.
Then also we have 4 pieces of Graveyard Hate in the form of Rest in Peace and Surgical Extraction.
Yeah, fun fact, I just bought these. I always was too cheap to buy these. It's like 15 bucks a piece. But you run it in so many decks these days that I just finally bought them. And they remove Uro also, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's the reason between the 2 and 2 split here?
So the thing is, there are certain strategies that Surgical Extraction is just way better at. For example, against Reanimator, Rest in Peace is good, but often enough too slow. On the other hand, for example, Rest in Peace is better against, you know, like long-term graveyard strategies like Dredge or Hogak.
Yeah, Surgical
really like
does slow them down, but oftentimes just doesn't cut it against Dredge.
Yeah. So, and also the reason why I like splitting it, because on one hand, if you try to, you know, like sandbag your graveyard hate, it forces your opponent to bring in a mixture of permanent removal against the Rest in Peace, and also hand disruption against the Surgical.
Alright, I see. Yo, Dizzy, what's up? Yeah, welcome to the Legacy stream. We're just getting started here. We are almost done with the sideboard before we move on to the games.
The last two things I want to mention is the kind of catch-all removal spell. You're already hovering over it. Is the Council's Judgment.
Yeah, the card
this card used to be like
interesting.
a 3-off in the sideboard.
Really?
It just used to be so good. But then Skyclave Apparition came along and they reduced it to basically 1 in the sideboard.
So,
but Council's Judgment used to just be so good in the sideboard.
So to anyone who hasn't seen this card, wanna explain how it works? It has a weird text for what it actually does.
So like it has a bunch of like commander gibberish on it.
Exactly, it's a multiplayer card, right?
Yeah, but basically it says 3 white mana, like 3 mana for sorcery. Exile 1 permanent an opponent controls, or sorry, 1 permanent, yeah. Basically in Legacy it's 1 permanent your opponent controls without having to target it, which is also a huge, huge deal.
Yeah, so every player votes for a permanent that you don't control, and the tied one or with the most votes gets exiled. So the opponent doesn't really have a choice. If they want, they can exile something else they control, which most of the time doesn't come up.
I've won games where people were just stubborn and exiled, you know, like I targeted their Oko with it.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I chose their Oko and they were like, no, I want Icefang Koki to be exiled. And I was like,
hilarious.
Right, well, you just exiled both then. Yeah.
That's actually hilarious.
And then, last 3 cards before we jump into the games is the anti-control package, which is basically Gideon and the 2 Cataclysms. So the reason I used to only play 2 Cataclysms or even 3 Cataclysms, but the thing is, or the one at least that I've noticed, is that if you have the space for it, Gideon being an active threat against control decks is actually worth a lot compared to Cataclysm. Because especially in like the Uro and Sylvan Library days, which we're in nowadays, it's very easy for control decks to draw basically out of a Cataclysm compared to like a Gideon, where the Gideon not only pressures your life total, but I've won games where I just, you know, spawn a 2/2 with Gideon, then I untap, I attack, and then I bounce the Gideon with a Caracas due to it becoming a legendary creature.
You can activate it again then when you recast it.
And then activate again and make more 2/2s.
That's funny, and you get like the double activation every turn.
Yeah, and it's just such an insanely fast clock. The emblem's also really good against like Plague Engineer type effects.
No,
I don't use that mode too often.
This is the only effect that turns you into a white weenie deck where you actually go aggro then. Love it.
Yeah.
You can downtick him immediately and make the emblem if it wins you the game, so that's always like a nice win out of nowhere type thing.
Yeah, it's like a really bad alpha strike, but that's kind of just what white does.
DC asks, for Portland, for Western, are we mono white gobos now? Is it unusual for Death and Taxes to run this package?
No, I think I've never seen a list that doesn't run 4 of each.
Right.
And as for the Cataclysm, last thing I want to mention about the Cataclysm is really good, because once a control deck's in the late game, and you know typically these decks like to fetch out basic lands against Death and Taxes, and Cataclysm punishes them so heavily because all the basic lands go to the yard, and in the late game they're forced to basically play into your wastelands. If they want to
that makes sense. One thing we have to talk about here, like this card, I watched some Andrea Mengucci video, and the opponent played Cataclysm, and he had some Planeswalkers out. So this card was printed before Planeswalkers were a thing, but it says sacrifices the rest. You don't keep your Planeswalkers, they are all gone.
No,
that's the thing here.
And that's what made the card also so good, because it's like an immediate Planeswalker hate, and you only having 1 Gideon in your entire 75. basically means that, and also, fun fact, what I want to talk about, that Death and Taxes actually is really good at playing around the restrictions here you see on Cataclysm. Because even if you have the Gideon in play, just make it into a creature and then Cataclysm. And then you get to keep the Gideon.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, because you choose one creature. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. And
That
then,
is
for
cool.
example, on top of that, if you have a Vial in play or a Phyrexian Revoker alongside a creature, you get to keep an extra artifact in play.
Oh, artifact.
Which then means,
Sure.
which then means that the strongest spot you can be in against a control deck is just like strip mining like 5 of their basics, and then you have an Ether Vial on 3 and just start casting 3 drops against Force of Wills.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
If that card resolves, you usually should find a win afterwards. Hopefully.
Yeah. And also, Spirit of the Labyrinth being an enchantment allows you to basically keep it as an extra creature.
Enchantment creature, Theros cards, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
So, yeah, Cataclysm is a very neat card with a lot of trickery to it. So often enough, I have people, having like 2 Baleful Strixes out, and they choose to not keep both because they forget that they can choose one as an artifact and one as a creature and stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder how that works out with the Magic Online interface. Probably people also misclick or something sometime.
Yeah, like they just forget because it doesn't light up, and you just like click on both.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, then yeah, kind of.
Earlier, I made a big mistake with Liliana -6 thing. I chose the cards I wanted to keep, but I sacrificed them. So you always have to be so careful on Magic Online not to click the wrong thing. Anyway, I think we jump into a league, and while in the queue we can still keep talking about the deck anyway. Just make sure I do this properly. I don't wanna run some weird old deck. There we go. Oh, that's a challenge, that's not what I want. I don't even have enough tickets, I think. There we go. I just 1-2'd a draft, so no, not this deck. So I have enough. I got 50 play points and can exactly run another league perfectly.
Alright, so let's make some money then.
Yeah. Usually I'm actually more successful with limited than constructed, but now we are 2 brains on it. That is some nice ordering, Magic Online.
Oh my god, that is the worst card we have ever seen. Jesus Christ.
No, can you please, like... Magic Online is just so funny sometimes. I guess we have color ordering now. Let me actually export the list and add it to as a stream overlay. While we are in the queue. So I have the cardboard live overlay, and we should be able to have that on the stream for the viewers. I don't bother when I'm drafting because you would have to update it all the time, but for 5 matches with the same deck it's worth it.
So one thing I want to mention in advance is that I like to play the deck rather fast. Because if you're not playing against combo, the games become long. Very, very long. And especially for like talking about decisions.
We're gonna have
tends to run down.
To be sure to not run out of time. I've had that before. DC asks, where are you from, Yogurt?
I am from Austria, Vienna to be precise. Wonderful capital with the Danube.
I understand him asking because your English is very clean, I gotta say.
Thank you, thank you. That's always a nice compliment.
Have you, like, I don't know, spent a lot of time abroad or something?
No, I used to go to an American high school. That's why.
I see.
And my mom also made sure to have extracurriculars in English.
Okay. So an American high school in Austria?
Yep.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it was funny because I didn't even know about it either because it was so far on the outskirts of town. But and you only get there by car or like one.
And we have been paired for a league match. Let's go.
Let's go.
We are on the draw versus Karen Isis 93. What is up? So I just set the stream overlay. You guys maybe confirm that it's working. Oh, nice hand though. That's gonna be a mulligan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a hard mulligan. Anytime
I say I will draw out of it, I draw more lands. It happens every single time. I guess this is a keep, right? We have Ether Vial.
Yeah. And especially since we're on the draw, you can always just That's also why I like playing the deck with 24 lands or 25 lands even, and you pitch the Batter Skull.
Yeah, we can probably tutor that, and playing it for 5 isn't that great anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing 24 lands today.
Are we playing 24? Yeah. So if I could, I would play 25, but the slots in the deck are actually very, very tight. Oh no.
Well, Ancient Tomb probably means that...
Oh, yeah, no, it's... Oh no, it's Moon Stompy. This should be an easy matchup.
If it planes, that's...
No, we're gonna run Plane. Yeah, just go Plains, Ether Vial, and... This is probably one of the easiest matchups for Death and Taxes in Legacy by far.
Actually, that's my experience playing Goblins. It's pretty much the same. We have a player who always played that at our game store, and I would probably almost never lose to him at FNM. But let's not speak too soon, you know?
Yeah, the thing that, like, the only way you realistically lose this is some weird combination of Trinisphere and what we're probably gonna get hit with now is Karn, the Great Creator.
There's only 3 mana though, that's a mountain.
Okay.
Okay.
But there is the fabled Trinisphere.
Yeah, so Trinisphere means we can't really cast any spells, at least we have Ether Vial. Let's just draw some lands, shall we? Oh, not really. Passing.
Not really.
But we're not under a lot of pressure, which is great. If they have land Karn, I guess, but Blood Moon, sure.
Yeah, see, like, the thing is that the deck basically has so many redundant pieces, and where most decks actually struggle with, you know, having to interact, or at least getting hit by the interaction pieces from Red Moon Stompy, Death and Taxes just really gets to take a breather. Because the Trinisphere, due to us having 24 lands...
Yeah, we don't care too much here. Question here, do we Vial in Mother and then uptick?
Yeah, exactly, that's how you do it. So you hold the priority on the trigger, you Vial on the second Mother, and then you tick up. Because you want to get to the Flicker Wisp as fast as you can.
Exactly. Alright, that's great.
Yeah.
If we draw another land, so we get to have a Batter Skull. We're not attacking, are we?
Yeah. No.
We could try to block even if we want to, but then we lose to like a removal spell.
Like a Bone Crusher, so but even then I wouldn't give up the second Mother if I had the chance.
Fireflux Squad, what the hell is that? Haste, when it attacks, you can exile out like stretching creature, That's wild. Guess that's gonna happen. Now we can at least block because they're down to 0 cards, so we give pro red and block, or other way around. I've never seen this card. Commander 20, yes.
Yeah, it depends on what he polymorphs into.
Polymorph the Magos, I see, and it's a Spirit Guide, same difference, I guess.
Yeah,
that's not too scary, but
yeah. So one thing I would suggest on doing here actually is, since you drew the Fireflux Squad, and that's the only way he really gets out of this game, is we don't Vial in the Stoneforge. We flash in the Flicker Wisp,
and
flicker the Trinisphere, and then immediately swords the Fireflux.
Okay, so I do uptick and don't Stoneforge.
Exactly, yeah. Because we're just gonna draw into a land, and even if we don't, we can take our time with the second Flicker Wisp. But yeah, that's also
so
really
I'm passing again and then doing Flicker Wisp shenanigans here. Then we can actually start pressuring the opponent with the 3/1 flyer.
Yeah.
So do I do this now before they get the trigger?
No, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna let him attack, you're gonna let him target the Spirit Guide, then you're gonna Vial in the Flicker Wisp. You're gonna Flicker Wisp the Trinisphere, and then you're gonna Swords the Spirit Guide and kill the Flicker, block the,
that makes sense.
Squad with the Flicker Wisp.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then give it pro red, and that should already win us the game.
Right, so here target Trinisphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it, you called it. That was perfectly executed, I love it. Okay, so red, good matchup for the first round. What are we gonna like here?
So we're definitely gonna like the Disenchant, we're gonna like the Council Judgment, and the 2 Path to Exiles. So what I like removing in this matchup is Spirit of the Labyrinth, because it blocks very poorly.
I agree hard.
And I like removing, the Prelate is very good in this matchup, the Flicker Wisps are good. You can, what I usually tend to remove is like, I don't really like touching the equipments because they usually lose to like all of them. You can remove the Palace Jailer because the new versions of Mono Red Stompy actually play a lot of like Rebel Master kind effects.
Yeah, you don't wanna
due to
lose the
Force of Negation
monarchy,
existing.
and then they just run away with it, maybe.
And then you can cut one Mother because she's not very impactful. And, like, she's good, but destroying one of the other cards is just so much better.
We like all our lands, right? Because they have Trinispheres and stuff, we do want to hit our land drops anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we bring in removal, take out some weaker cards and go.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan to me. Yo, Bypass Persa, bro. Who's your guest? It's Yogurt from Vienna. My homie, fellow Smash and Magic player. Right, the nice no-lander. Today it's Mulligan Day. I'm sorry you get me on this day. Yeah, this is a keep.
The best of us. Yeah, and I'd get rid of the Caracas.
Yeah, they don't have any legendary creatures, do they? And we want our basics, I guess. See what they're gonna do here. To the chatters, I have a question. How is the sound? My voice compared to Phil's? Also, okay, now we're not casting anything for the first 2 turns.
Nope.
But I guess that's cool. We have at least port action. And the music should be a lot more quiet than both of us, I hope. Yes, this is a strong start here. No, it's gonna lie.
Yeah, so this is one of like the difficult games basically, but still very manageable. Because if we just, turn 3 swords, unless they have like too many creatures in a row to follow up, we should be fine. And now you're gonna play the port?
Yeah, and we can gain our life total back at some point, right?
Yeah.
Tap the tomb.
Exactly.
Now they also don't play anything. We take like a bunch of damage here, sadly, but then we just swords the war boss. Hopefully make a comeback. The mentor thing is actually pretty strong here, better than with Rebel Master. That's interesting. Ooh, to play Skyclave, it's better, right? Except if they have removal.
Actually, the thing is, so it's difficult because the important thing is going to be how we're going to handle Karn the Great Creator if he comes down. But I do really like apparitioning the Trinisphere.
The Trinisphere? And then,
because
but they get another goblin then if we don't kill Warbus.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we okay with that?
You can also just... But I'm torn here between sorting and apparitioning, because it does actually lose a bit of tempo, and he gets to...
So what's your... what do you suggest? Sorting Warbus or just apparition here?
He has how many cards? 3, right?
Yeah.
In hand?
Yeah, 3 cards in hand.
Yeah, I think we should just apparition the Trinisphere and then next turn just unload everything.
Yeah, let's try that, because then we get a big mana advantage next turn, right?
Yeah.
I hope for no removal on the Skyclave, then they get a 3/3.
Yeah, but still we have the Stone Fortress.
They have Bone Crusher end step. Ooh, they do. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's very, very bad.
Yeah.
But should still be fine.
Well, we are going down to like, what, 6 or something here? Another Trinisphere.
Okay, no. Yeah.
What is this draw? Sometimes they just have the perfect draw, you can't prevent that. I mean, this is like 10 damage or 9 or something. Down to 4. Yeah. And we're dead.
That's a concession from us. Yeah, so in this case they had the perfect draw to like punish us for either play. So nothing much to be done, but game theory on the play should be very good. Because even if we just get to like drop a vial under their first piece of disruption, we should be super golden. And we don't want to do any changes for sideboarding.
Let's go. This is a need to drop. Sure. I'm glad you tuned in, my friend. I will meet in person sometime. Yeah, I hope paper events come back soon. Like you play some paper Magic in Vienna, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, a lot. Like back when it used to be like a thing.
It really is my Mulligan day.
Yeah, but we'll power through. Yeah, I think this is
not the best draw, but it does things. Actually, one path probably.
I would rather get a board in this case, I think.
They want to have our lands, but if they go Trinisphere again...
I think we'll have enough draws to draw into it, and especially since we have one port, their Trinisphere will not be as good.
Okay, I'm not just gonna go Plains Pass.
Yeah.
Also, I'm feeling Magic Online is slowing down already. I'm gonna have to restart the client after this match. I've played 3 drafts and it's got some memory leaks or something. It's really annoying. Do they have the turn 1 Trinisphere again? Probably not.
Yeah, so this is like where we just kind of start ripping him apart. Because the Thalia in combination with the port is gonna make so much money, and every creature he draws will either lose to the Thalia, or in rare scenarios where it doesn't lose to Thalia, we'll just get path.
Yeah, so. Sadly we have the paths instead of the swords here. It's just gonna happen. Better than no removal, I guess. Alright, what's this? Magus.
Yeah.
Alright, land please. That's also not terrible.
Yeah, and especially since he time warped himself by turning his tomb into a mountain, we're just gonna attack and play the Stoneforge.
Yeah, now we are on the driver's seat.
Yeah,
first
we're gonna
strike
get a
is
sort of
nice.
Fire and Ice, actually.
Sort of Fire and Ice?
Yeah, because in this spot he's not applying any pressure, it's extra removal for us, and it's gonna draw us out of, like, into more potential answers or lands.
It's gonna take some time to set up, but yeah, if it works out. Why is it always so small, Magic Online?
Yeah, it's
sword.
Kind of. Yeah.
Now I can F6 nicely, we don't have any forces to bluff. I love that part of the deck. Yeah, for now we are managing the clock rather well.
I have this thing where, like, if I play online, I just get so lazy. Oh, wow.
Thalia died,
okay,
but...
So, yeah. We're still gonna manage. Because even so, we can just shoot the Sulfur Elemental with the... So we're not gonna block, right? Yeah. We can just manage the Sulfur Elemental with the sword.
Okay, there's a land. What do we play here even? Skyclave?
We're just gonna pass. We're just gonna pass and set up the sword. The
Skyclave we can path and put in the sword and then start getting sword hits in.
And then get swifty with it.
I like that. Big Magic fan, yo, what's up, friend of Ganon Bob? Glad you're here. Should I have done something upkeep? No, right? We're just gonna slow roll this until combat.
Yeah. And I don't think we're even gonna sword anything. Because, okay, so now we're gonna put in the sword. And now you can kill the Sulfur Elemental with a path.
You know what's annoying to me? It showed me a dialogue where there's a done button.
Oh, it actually stop. What we're actually gonna do, is we're gonna path our own Stoneforge Mystic and fizzle the Bone Crusher Giant.
So they can't play 4-3?
Yeah.
That kinda makes sense to me. We get another land out of the deal.
Yeah, and so if we're lucky, then we're gonna immediately be able to play like an Apparition into equipping it with a sword.
So Path to Exile, the secret rampant growth counter your thing mode.
Exactly.
Anyway, it showed me a dialogue where it said only done. Usually it says yes, no, and then you put in a thing. So if I had clicked the done button, I wouldn't have done anything. You have to be so careful on Magic Online, it's actually insane.
Yeah, the program is just such bait. So I think we're just gonna play the Stoneforge again, actually, and just equip it immediately.
Oh, Pro Red is kind of strong, right?
Yeah, and just get a Battle Skull, and then the game should theoretically be over.
Hopefully not another Stomp.
Yeah, if he has it, he has it, but...
Yeah, like you can't really... Okay, now we have a Pro-Red creature. That's gonna be hard for them. Well, they could have a Braid, to be honest, if we block.
Yeah, but these lists, I think, rarely play a Braid.
What's up, Blind Spectacle? Welcome to the Magic stream. Okay, Legion Warbos, easy block, right? No reason not to. They could have a Braid, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really care if they do. We're not gonna play around it. Yes, now we're just gonna drop the Mother.
Attack first.
No, we're actually just... we want to put in the Batter Skull, and then Batter Skull equip with Sword.
Oh,
we're just going to drop the Mother.
Have Path Up and Stoneforge.
Exactly.
Yeah, this draw is working out very well. You see here the card advantage coming through, like we mulliganed, but we're still just doing so well with cards. We don't even need those two to really win the game.
Yeah, like you see, even he had like a very strong piece of interaction in the form of Sulfur Elemental. and we still really don't care, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is
Oh,
the magic.
wait, no, we did the Pepega play.
Oh, Sulfur Elemental is still in play.
Yeah.
We just kind of sacrificed the mom. I'm keeping on how do you say, on course though.
Yeah, no, like this was
Yeah, this was dumb. Things happen.
mediocre at best, but who cares?
The important part about making mistakes is re-evaluating the game and making the best plays out of it. We are still just waiting, right?
Yeah, and he's gonna attack in with the 1/1 because he has to, and we're just gonna gain our share of 4 life with the
Exactly.
Battle
That makes sense. Okay, be careful here. It says done here. Do not click the done button. Leaving weapon triggers. Is D&D popular right now? It's... Ask this yogurt. Is D&D popular right now in the metagame?
It's actually, I think, after the Delver archetype, by far the most popular deck in Legacy.
Okay. So do you want to fire off my path here?
No. Like, the thing is, in this matchup, you only want to fire off your removal with cards that are hard to handle. So, like, or that have, like, immediate board impact.
Yeah, we've got these all covered, right?
Yeah, like, just with a Sword of Fire and Ice.
Exactly.
So next turn...
Yeah, that was a good choice. Whew. Oh wow, Fiery Confluence, yeah. That's a good card.
Yeah, so
it's gonna kinda destroy our board, right? It doesn't really show me the modes, but it deals 1 damage to each creature. I could path the Elemental now, so Stoneforge lives. Does that make any sense?
Let me just quickly think about that, because he has 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I think you could path the Sulfur Elemental so we have an answer for the Legion Logos.
Yeah, and also otherwise the Recruiter would just die.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually Fiery Confluence is a card that makes the matchup, that gives him like a speck of hope in the matchup. But the thing is that it actually hasn't been, looking at the lists, hasn't been played in a long time from what I remember. But yeah, times are changing.
Alright, so now I Apparition the Warboss.
I think so, yeah, because we can always just get another one. Like another Apparition with the Recruiter.
I hope they're gonna be out of removal.
Yeah, their draw has been very good so far, but I think we're still just doing mighty fine.
Yeah, it's definitely a tense match. Fiery Confluence is such a strong card, I love it. Land 2 more cards in hand. 7 mana.
Yes, so one card that's also scary is Chandra, the 6-mana Chandra. Not the Torch of Defiance, but the one that they're about to play.
Shadow Skull Smashing. Okay. They're really handling everything here.
Yeah, like their draw has been very good. But yet again, it's just fine. We don't have much to... Like, we still have the Recruiter in hand.
Yeah, they only have some random dogs now.
Yeah. And this is like, if we draw another Plains, we're going to be very far ahead, because we can just start flickering Flicker Wisps with the Recruiter chain, or we can just draw the...
What am I tutoring?
Let's actually just play it for now with the Port and the Wasteland. We're just going to look at what options we have.
I mean, I can keep up the Wasteland. If I'm not going to waste anything here, right? They have 7 lands.
No. Yeah, there is no point. So my first instinct says Flicker Wisp. Since in case we need something, we can just grab another, what's it called? Apparition off the Flicker Wisp Flicker, and have a creature on board that handles the re-1 token. So I think we're just gonna go for that, yeah, and then just say go.
Yeah, now we are kinda at the mercy of opponents' top of the deck. They have some things we don't want to see. Do I fire off Swords or take 5?
We're just gonna take 5 in this case.
You gotta keep in mind that Fiery Confluence can hit you for 6 damage, so it is always a bit scary. How many do you think they are running?
Usually the lists I see run 2 to around 3. But in this case, I think obviously we're gonna have to a bit respect their top decks, but I like in general in these spots I don't like playing around top decks. I just want to like develop the board and.
I wanna play my swords here, so I can use all my mana next turn, or do I still wait?
The thing is, the card only returns at the end step, so we're not going to be able to play whatever we get off the flicker. So we don't need to play
I see.
Here. So I'll just Seiko.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just going to play both Flicker the Recruiter. We're probably going to grab another Flicker Wisp, I think, and just Seiko.
What a dorky battlefield, I love it. Still scared what they might draw, but yeah, Flicker Wisp's great here, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put on some pressure soon though, otherwise they will draw out of it. I'm scared. No, what is it? Legion Warboss.
Yeah, Legion Warboss. So that's fine. For one turn we can just let the 1/1 live, because then we have the Mother next turn.
Getting aggressive
We're just gonna block the illusion with the Flicker Wisp.
Yeah. Just hope they don't hold Fiery Confluence or something that kills us, but...
Yeah, if they do, it's whatever.
Scary game. You have balls, I tell you that.
You got it when you play a mono white deck. Alright, so we're just gonna Flicker Wisp again. Not much to it. This time actually we're gonna grab a Sanctum Prelate. Kind of start locking up the game. And we're gonna Swords the War Boss next turn.
Before combat, of course.
Or just now. Yeah, or just now if you want.
You can do it beginning of combat.
Not beginning of combat, because that's when the token spawns.
Oh yeah, main phase then. Well, Sanctum Prelate only stops non-creature, would we say 4 for like Chandras and Karns, right?
Yeah, Chandra, Karn, and Fiery Confluence. In this case on top.
It's like a plan to me. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until they pass priority main phase and then fire it off. They might play something, but... Yeah, Prelate on 4, because it only stops non-creatures, so the 3 drops they can still cast anyway. Prelate on 3 doesn't do anything. Dude, my heart is racing. This is like, we're down to 5 against the red deck. This is so scary.
This is where champions are made.
I love that quote so much. They say it in Smash commentary all the time. Do we dare going in now with Flicker Wisp, or do we...
So I play the Prelate first on 4 to make sure that nothing happens.
And also run this out.
And then... Yeah. And then you can start attacking again. Because we have the Prelate to like take care of the Magi of the moon.
Yeah, now they need a removal spell into... Like, they have a lot of 4-drops in the deck, right? Okay, what is this?
Yeah.
Another Rebel Man. Okay.
Yeah, so this
probably attacks with all here.
So what we're gonna do in this case is we're gonna... let me just quickly think about the math. So we want to kill both goblins to make sure that the Rabble Master doesn't get out of hand. And so what we're going to do is we're going to block one of the Magi with the Recruiter. We're going to block a Goblin and a Prelate with the Mother respectively, and the Prelate, and then give the Mother Pro Red.
That's the best thing we can do. Protecting herself is worth it here. Very much. Give me a good draw, please.
Yeah, so for example, Jitta would be fantastic here, or just a Stoneforge on top of that.
Well, you called it.
Perfect.
We can start gaining life, right? With the exact amount of mana.
I would actually, I would definitely play the Stoneforge, get the Jitta, equip the Flicker Wisp, and then what I do actually is I would start shooting down the Rabble Master.
Yeah. We're still not dying to Confluence.
Because we have the Prelate.
Yeah, that's definitely... So we equip Flicker Wisp and attack.
Right. Yeah.
Wow, that was a good draw, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, just kill Rebel
And
Man.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm gonna wait again until main phase again.
Sure.
Just see what they might have. Wow. Sure, but we still got it, right?
Fine. Yeah.
Holding on to dear life, on dear life here.
Yeah. So we're gonna throw the Stoneforge Mystic under the bus. We're gonna block the Goblin with the Prelate and yeah. Like that.
Yeah, we gotta make sure Prelate doesn't die, right?
Yeah. So obviously what could happen is that they just have a Stomp, but then we'd be dead anyway, because the Stomp actually circumvents the Mother of Runes due to the second effect of damage not being able to be prevented. But we're not here, you know, to play hypotheticals. We're here to play Magic.
Yep. We win?
Yep.
Nice! Wow, that was so close. And I was so scared all the time, dude.
Yeah,
I probably would have messed it up.
You just can't be scared in those spots. You just can't be scared.
I probably
obviously
would've-
they had the nuts, but you just have to live with that.
That was amazing, I gotta say. Hold on, I'm getting some water. BRB.
Yeah, same actually. The Stomp, in case like if you protect the creature from getting stomped, then the Stomp fizzles. But let's say, for example, you give your Mother Pro Red, and then they stomp a creature that doesn't have Pro Red, then afterwards the Mother would be negated, or if they stomp my face, for example. Never lucky.
Damn, I took too long again. Thank you for waiting for me.
Oh, no, like, you know, if you're 15 minutes late, I'm legally allowed to leave, so.
Yo, we got killed immediately. Perfect. Alright, match 2. That was great.
Yeah, that was, oh my god, that was actually really tense. You're like way too close for comfort.
But
yeah, those games happen.
Alright, we are on the play versus Marfuts van Gogh, sub opponent.
Hit him
I'm
with
gonna-
a suck.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah, this looks promising. I like this a lot.
Like, say we did play at the Elva, we even have the swords lined up already, and then the Thalia.
Yeah. So in this case, I really just like starting with the planes overall. I don't think there's any scenario where I like starting with the Caracas, unless I have 2 in hand. But apart from that, never I would ever.
Yeah, if you have 2 Caracas, you might want to bait time to wasteland it. Oh, what is going on? Street Wraith, this is like
So we
Death
have
Shadow
like
now.
a Death Shadow, Doomsday, or Upsal spells. Or in this case, Dredge. I was gonna say that's the last option.
Yeah, usually Dredge doesn't cycle before having a Dredger in the graveyard. Yep, that's what's happening. That is scary. They cannot discard their hand.
Yeah.
Wait, they didn't do it though. No Dredger in hand
Yeah.
or something? Or
Maybe.
did they not do the whole priority thing? Oh, it's Avenge Van deck, okay.
Oh, it's Hogak. Oh, is it
Well,
Hogak?
we have-
No.
Swords is better against Vengevine than it is against Dredge, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's just play Thalia.
So,
the thing is, now we decide, because usually in the Dredge matchup, my first priority would actually to get Umezawa's Jeet online. Because if you manage to stop Bridge from below by shooting down your own creatures, the deck can actually not overpower Death and Taxes, which is very funny. And that's how you steal most game 1 wins.
I've actually been on the other side of that matchup because I used to play Dredge as my first Legacy deck. So yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay. But I think in this case, it's kind of weird. I don't really know what we're playing against, to be honest.
Yes, I'm sure it's like a Hogarth deck. Dredge doesn't run Vengevines.
Because on one hand, this looks very much like the blue-red deck list from the deceased GP top 8 player, Andreas Gans. God bless him, who actually had an accident while mountain climbing.
Damn, dude.
And he popularized blue-red Dredge with Fiery Islet.
Wow, I've never seen that, honestly.
But in this case, I'm just super confused. I'm gonna be completely honest.
How about we play Thalia and see what's happening?
I guess so, yeah. In case I'm confused, I just get the Thalia. Because I don't want to like commit to getting committing to something with a Stoneforge and then regretting it afterwards.
Lancer Diamond is one of the scariest cards in Legacy. So many of the combo decks and the unfair decks run it. You have the whole that draw 7 thing, that new one.
Echo Beyonds.
Yeah, Dredge probably doesn't play that. Maybe a one-off, I don't know. It works well with Lancer Diamond, but you usually don't cast it with your lands in Dredge.
The thing is, you can't actually Echo Beyonds because it shuffles your graveyard back in. So
yeah, it's
that's
not
the
like
reason why the Echo decks are actually very favored against Dredge. Or like Tess as a
it
Storm
shuffles
deck.
both players' graveyards, right? That's so dumb, honestly. Sometimes you have a really good hand and then your opponent's like, no. Hey, what is happening? Rug?
Okay,
Rug
yeah,
Vengevine.
I'm racking my brain right now. I don't know what they're doing. I'm so confused.
What is going on? Madness shenanigans.
What? What?
That is amazing. Like, that is honestly amazing.
Okay,
They're getting 2 creatures. No, they're getting 1 Fiery Temper and a Busking Root Waller. That is so cool.
So confused.
But honestly, now they're out of cards and they can only cast 1. Oh wait, no, there's... Wait, how did they cast this?
Oh, they can cast it, but then...
Oh, the lines are diamond mana. I almost missed that.
Oh, right. Element.
Okay, now we are in trouble, actually. I saw that wrong.
Yeah, like, it's fine, because if we just draw... Like, we have Karaka's Bounce. And, okay, actually, no, they can Madness the... Oh, okay, actually,
Thalia also dies.
somewhat problematic.
Wow, this is awesome. I've never seen the Madness Lancer Diamond Vengevine deck. This is...
That's actually really, really funny.
One of the best Legacy leagues already. Done to 9. I mean, they're out of cards, but...
Yeah, I think we're just gonna pack up here.
Hit the land. If we had the land, we could Stoneforge, so let's survive on 2, maybe come back.
And then get a Batter Skull, yeah. We could have possibly survived this, but I think this is a concession, unfortunately.
Now the thing is, Graveyard Hate is fine, but doesn't like shut down their deck.
The thing is, Graveyard Hate actually does not work because if I remember correctly, actually Madness tracks, ignores the zones from which the thing is being cast. Yeah. So it actually tracks into exile.
Yeah, the way Madness works is you discard it directly into exile and then it triggers and then you can cast it. They changed that at some point. So Graveyard Hate works against the Vengevines but not the Madness spells.
So what I definitely like is Deafening Silence and Path to Exile. And Aethersworn Canvas for that matter.
Yeah, we can. I think we can grind them out if we have the 1 mana interaction cards and stuff.
But definitely get rid of Palace Jailer because it's very bad against Vengevine.
That's too slow and stuff.
I'd get rid of Spirit of the Labyrinth because we haven't really seen any card draw effect.
Yeah, I mean there was Careful Study.
Yeah, but still at 2 mana I believe that to be
They
too
probably
slow.
care more about the discarding.
I'd get rid of Sanctum pre-late, mostly because I don't know what their deck is built around.
Yeah, so we wouldn't even know what we're naming anyway, right?
Yeah, and I'd probably get... The fact that they're playing combo, I'd probably get rid of 1 Recruiter of the Guard.
Well, are you seeing this?
The card is just...
Magic Online's locking up on me. I said I was gonna restart it, and then I didn't. And I'm getting punished.
Lied.
Magic Online, no! Dude. I might have to kill it and restart it here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, so actually, your bot actually has pulled up their list, which I think is really, really funny.
Yeah, that's amazing. It pulls it from MTG Goldfish when there's one from that user.
Yeah, so this guy's basically just playing Madness aggro.
Now the big problem here is I've had that before. If Magic Online crashes, it sometimes doesn't even start anymore. I'm already worried, but we might have to close it here and see where this goes. The other day, let's see, the other day I was drafting and my PC crashed, so not only Magic Online, but my whole PC crashed. Okay, thankfully it's starting still. When I restarted it, it wouldn't start anymore. And I was in the finals of a draft, winning game 1, and then everything was terrible, and if you are inactive for 5 minutes, you lose the match. That was like the most, the worst thing to happen ever. Anyway, we should be fine here. Hopefully we get to submit our sideboarding plan still, because I haven't submitted yet. Yeah, that's the quality software of Magic Online. It's still return to game. Okay, we have something. Not all the things, but some things. Yeah, it's still loading. It's just a very slow thing. We can look at the deck list in the meantime. We might go into this game too without a sideboard, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to deal with the one thing that's gonna probably come up is a Stern Dismissal.
Stern Dismissal, 1 blue.
Sorry, no, I mean Firestorm and Ancient Grudge. My bad.
Oh yeah, Firestorm, I remember that from playing Dredge. It's a very strong card. You discard X cards and you shoot X damage to X targets. Not even divided, each of it gets X damage.
Yeah, which is
okay, it keeps stopping. I've been reading a lot of reports on Reddit about this. So yeah, maybe it's something about the match.
Good night and
yeah, it could be something about this particular match that it doesn't like.
Like our opponent's deck.
Yeah. The classic Magic Online.
Which honestly, kind of rude, dude. Kind of rude.
Yeah, to be fair, you gotta support cool brews like this.
Yeah.
It looks
Wizards
really cool.
actively working against. This is maybe just like a huge conspiracy theory to like get everybody to start playing Pioneer instead, because they're like they can't show these cool decks in Legacy.
I mean, we are in the match now, so the sideboard time has run out. Maybe at least the game will work. And I could actually file to get my entry fee back because of that whole thing. Don't know how to do that, but I know that it's possible. I could crash again though,
I've actually, funnily enough, had a player bug me out of a game by disconnecting during sideboarding time and then having the timer run out on me, and then he would actually win the match 2-0. But he got banned afterwards.
That's hilarious.
The foul report.
And we may have made it into the game. It's still locking. Oh no, it's happening again.
Nah. Oh.
No, we're in.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, let's go.
What about this hand though? It's a mulligan, right?
I would guess. I mean, I don't know, because like looking at their list, they only have like 3 basic lands. But on the other hand,
this doesn't do anything. Okay, yeah, Sword seems like a good card against their deck.
Yeah.
And Sword Fire and Ice we can just put away, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, so good.
Like this, right?
Wait, is that a mulligan? Oh no. Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
Magic Online just censored LMAO.
Yeah, I was gonna say Krizu cursing in chat at his opponent.
You can turn that off somewhere, that it censors stuff.
Yes, we're about to, I think, just get nut drawn again.
Maybe they got nothing.
Man can dream.
So in this case, I'd actually just play the Mother first, knowing that they have Firestorm on the sideboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then next turn, we can...
Should I have
they don't have
tapped
any legendaries.
planes? They don't have wastelands. Maybe I should have tapped planes. I was like...
Yeah, but they don't have any legendaries either, so it's fine.
Yeah, probably
The next
no
turn we can
difference
have
here.
the Mother up with the Caracas as a backup.
Yeah, and since I have this on video, I should definitely file for getting my entry fee back, because like I couldn't sideboard. Okay, they're doing things again. What's Anji's Ravager?
So it's basically it just draws 3 cards if it attacks.
Nice.
So it's most likely what they built the deck around.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Yeah.
gonna get 2 of them, which is
They're
actually
down-
pretty annoying.
Oh, they have 2. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say they are down to 0 cards, but we can't exile both.
Yeah, we can do that next turn, but for now, we're gonna have to deal with it, which is actually gonna be pretty annoying. And from judging by the looks of things, this is actually a pretty tough matchup, I'd say.
Do I exile one of them now?
Yeah, because you just reduce the amount of
Shenanigans.
madness triggers. Yeah, shenanigans I think is the best word. Yeah, we're just gonna take the hit like good little boys, and oh my god.
They even drew Fiery Temper for their turn here. That is like insane.
Yeah. But I don't think they're gonna crack the lid. So this
Oh,
is
they didn't
fine.
even play it. Yeah, so then we take this. Oh yeah, they would have had to discard those 3.
Yeah. So now I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wasteland the Badlands, swords the Ravager, and then play the Vial. But I'd start with actually with the Wasteland, because you don't know if they maybe have like an Ancient Grudge or something, and you want the info in case you know they
True.
crack the lead first.
So we go. They are floating the mana, so we're going to second main.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, there's no reason not to float the mana, really.
And then they are not going to be able to attack with the Root Koala. That'd be fine.
I mean, they can attack, but we just protect. If they have
Yeah.
green mana at least, otherwise they won't even. Yeah, before attacks I wanna use swords again.
Mm-hmm.
Another Badlands.
Other land, re.
What about the good lands?
Rue, they never print those, or they're called Tropical Island. But
I thought
flavor thing.
I thought you said Plains was the best land.
it's good. I mean it's garbage, except for like inside this deck. But oh no,
What's the last
another
card?
one.
What is the last card? Hopefully nothing. If the last card isn't something strong, we kinda slow them down now.
Yeah, I think we've like hit the first like onslaught of stuff.
Super interesting deck they're playing over there.
Ooh, yeah. So in this case, I'd actually play the Lat with the Spirit first.
Yeah, now they can't do card draw stuff anymore.
Yeah, we're just gonna pass.
Mm-hmm. This league has already been full of weird things to happen.
Yeah, we're
MTGO
gonna like
crashing
triple
twice.
Spirit. Oh wait, so I'm actually seeing that this guy went 5-0 with this deck.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's why it's published, right? Usually you get the 5-0 lists. Nice.
Yeah. So we're just gonna Violent the Thalia just now, because we don't want to give him a chance to like, draw anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna attack with the Spirit and make peace and love with the world.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long run for killing them, but do it have Badlands?
Yeah.
Like...
Just like give him less outs with Firestorm, for example.
True. That's a sorcery, isn't it? Or is it an instant?
It's an instant.
But... Wow, that card's really strong.
Yeah, right? I'm just like looking at it, I was like, damn, this card's a banger.
Especially in a graveyard themed deck, or discard themed deck. So this can probably fetch a green source, but we still have the mana. Do I take up to 3?
Yeah, definitely. Because we just want to keep up the Karakas and have the port as a viable option at the same time.
Alright, Thalia doesn't do much, but I attack with both.
Yeah, because I don't see a scenario. Because even if they like buff up the Root Walla,
We give pro green and it's fine.
yeah. Or no, yeah, we're just gonna give it pro green.
Could also
Or even
bounce,
if
but
you don't want to top the yeah, I was gonna say we can just bounce it, but
should have left it on 2 then, honestly.
no, I think it's fine because just drawing a 3-drop is just so much more potent.
So what's the better play, Caracasing Thalia or... I guess that
I would just give it pro green, honestly, because the only removal spell I see is the Firestorm.
And you're saying you're not playing around Firestorm? Or...
No, because the thing is, I'd actually have them buff the Root Walla first, so then we know that they can't play the Firestorm. Well, actually, no, I guess they can untap and then it doesn't matter. But it's whatever. And then next turn, we're just going to tap the Taiga and live our happy little lives.
Well, hopefully. They're just collecting cards now to make a Lions of Diamond move again. Like, dump all the Madness cards. That in game 1 was actually awesome, like 4 Madness cards in one go.
Yeah, and they all played it. And that's why the lead is also so good, because it just gives you the mana to play the cards that you discard. Compared to like
I've never seen it used as a Madness enabler, that is so cool.
Mm.
I just sometimes gotta appreciate the things that people do. Take for 1.
For the fans? Oh, no.
For the fans. Now I can probably go always no on this.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't... Should I do the same play again? Or only attack with
Yeah,
Spirit?
just attack. Just attack with both. Because we want to reduce the clock, and if they want to like sacrifice the Root Walla, we'll deal with that.
Yeah, but
They can't buff it, right?
Thalia attack doesn't really... Oh, they don't have green. If they want to buff it,
Yeah, that's why we...
Yeah.
Exactly, that's why we ported the Taiga.
Okay, that's nice.
I mean, he can Lion's Eye Diamond, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, then you discard your whole hand. That's cool with me, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, for now, we play the waiting game and they attack for 5 every turn, so that's cool.
Yeah. And the thing is, we're not even scared of a Ravager because we have the Spirit, right? So they're also like drawing dead on like Ox of Agonus, Careful Study, Faithless Looting and stuff. Nice. So I think now what we're gonna do is
Attack.
yeah, definitely. Actually, I'd vial in the actually no, yeah, just attack. And then next turn we're just gonna put the prelate, I think, on 3 because we want to keep our own swords up. Oh no, actually we already played 2 swords, so we're just gonna
put it on 1 against the Firestorm probably, right?
And perhaps Stern Dismissal, yeah.
What does that do? It's a bounce spell or something?
Yeah, it bounces enchantments and creatures. Which is like the... Basically, that card is the reason why Blue-Red Dredge became a thing. Because it was just so good at bouncing like Leyline and Rest in Peace.
Oh. Okay, I put this on 1 now. We don't even have our paths, because we didn't get to sideboard. No sideboard required. It bounces a creature or enchantment for 1 mana, that makes sense. Because Dredge does need sideboard options. Oh shit. I can still port, I guess. I just want to have no green on my turn. But you usually do it upkeep.
Do not try this at home, we are professionals.
Exactly. And before they have a green card, sorcery speed that just destroys us, and I wreck this. Ah, it's a basking root waller, sure.
There's two of them!
Two of them.
Yeah, so I just tapped with the port now, yeah.
Joke's on you, I just wanted you off red mana. They're gonna have to make some jump blocks soon, so that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna wasteland the taiga, and then off we go to Flavor Town.
Flavor Town.
Nut size maximum.
Now this is what we were talking about, the whole prison part of the match.
Yeah, this
We're
is
like
you really
attacking
can
with 2/2s, and the opponent
And 3
can't do
ones.
much.
Like we even have him locked out with the Sanctipredate from the Firestorm, so I don't
Mhm.
I don't realistically see any way they're winning this unless they have like a massive Lionside Diamond dump next turn. Which I doubt. Because judging from what they've been drawing, one thing that's very important in Death and Taxes as a skill set is trying to like read what your opponent is drawing.
Yep.
And in this case, I'm just assuming they're drawing a bunch of like 1-drops, judging by the fact that the Spirit of the Labyrinth has been active for a very long time. So I'm like, in my calculations, there's like at least 2 like careful study or like looting type effects in their hand.
You know, this is
And like
unrelated,
and some
but
bench vines maybe.
yeah, we win this one. Alright, now for actual sideboarding, hopefully. What were we gonna bring in? We're on the draw now.
Yeah, so the thing is actually, I don't know how good Deafening Silence is, because if you look at the deck list as a whole, they actually only have a bunch of creatures that they madness into.
So I want the paths.
Yeah, you want the paths, and I think Mindbreak Trap is a legit thing, because you can actually exile multiple creatures on the stack. But the thing is, then again, the Mindbreak Trap is not that good, because they only cast 1 creature at a time with madness.
That's true.
so you can't actually
They're not
attack
putting multiple
spells.
things. It might just get a random thing for 0 mana, but it might also not. So
So
Maybe
instead
not.
what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the Mindbreak Trap, we're going to put in Aether Sword Canonist, because that actually works against the creatures, and we're going to put in Council's Judgment as an extra removal spell.
yeah, and this is just another dork that also does a little bit of locking out. Do you want to
So
remove
it's gonna
Sword
be-
of Fire and Ice?
I do believe. We're going to leave the spirits in, because now that we know that they actually heavily rely on looting and study.
Oh,
we
there's
want
also
those.
that vampire that draws cards. So yeah.
We're going to get rid of 1 recruiter,
Mm.
and
What about the Flicker
Probably-
Wisps?
I think they're... I in general don't like cutting Flicker Wisp, because it's just such an amazing...
We're already down to 3. We talked about this.
Yeah.
The Revoker maybe?
It's good against Lionside Diamond, that's the thing.
Oh yeah, just if they play it out again and we revoke it, they either crack it or they don't have it anymore.
Yeah. So honestly, because also the thing is, Flicker Wisp trades with so many other good creatures like Vengevine, Ox of Agonas, Vengevine, Ravager.
It's a 4-2 or 5-3 after escaping, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So probably I'd even dare say 1 extra copy of Stoneforge Mystic, because we only have 2 equipments in the deck.
Yeah, we may have to make some cuts.
Yeah, but I think that's fine. We could just run it like that.
Yeah,
six.
we finally did get to sideboard. I clicked submit. Oh man, it's always an experience playing Magic Online.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, generally, like I've been playing this for a long time and people bitch about it and I'm like, dude, it's not that bad. But when you play it a lot, just weird things happen all the time and you're like, dude, this has to be more stable.
The one thing that really bugs me is the shuffle bug.
No one knows if that's a real thing or not, but
I've actually had it happen.
what do you
very
mean?
often. So like, for example, I played a Preordain and I put my 1-drop Kiki Jiki on the bottom of my deck in cube, and then I just drew Kiki Jiki. And I like looked in the log to make sure I didn't misclick, and it's at bottom of the library.
And you did not shuffle, or so it's a scribe bug.
It was a scribe bug, and I also had it with a ponder once.
It's funny.
I'm gonna take a potty break while our opponent actually has a stroke. I'll be right back.
5-lander again. That's probably too slow. Ugh. Well. The no white draw. Do we dare to keep this? We can't. Alright. That's pretty good. But I have to remove 2 of them. It hurts. Probably the ether vial. Huh. That also seems wrong.
Hello, I have returned.
We're down to 5 sadly. I have to remove 2 of these.
Yeah, so I'd get rid of the GT
And then that's a
I'd
hard
say
part.
the mother. Yeah.
Could also remove the ether vial.
Because I think the Ether Vial was basically gonna ensure us against Mana Screw.
Alright, this is gonna be a hard one, but possible. What is the opponent's draw? Nothing, that's good to hear. So just go Ether Vial, right? You gotta play that first.
But I would start out with the port.
Yeah. Just in case, keep the white mana in hand. No play turn 1 is interesting. Maybe they have some hollow 1 here. I love that we see the deck list at least. Thank you MTG bot, best bot ever.
Yeah, I think it's so crazy to have that as a tool.
What I really love about it is the overlay on the stream where you see the current record. Whenever I see Magic content, I just want to see what's the current record of the streamer without having to ask. That is so awesome. I don't know where it even gets the data from, because it tells you your opponent's record and everything.
Yeah, right, that's also the thing. I actually think it's a pretty broken tool if you ask me.
True. You can even let it show you your opponent's elo rating somehow. I don't know where it fetches that data from, but...
Probably like an intern spy at
Probably somebody at Magic at Wizards made this. Okay, are they gonna do a whole end step madness thingy again? Most likely.
So the thing is, I really want to play Aethersworn Canonist here, but the thing is, I'm so scared of them just dropping everything at once. On the other, because here we have like a 50-50 of like, if they have the Ravager inside of the lead activation, then obviously Spirit is better. But just dropping the Canonist in case their hand is bad is better. But on the other hand, they didn't have a turn 1 play, so you just have to assume that the lead is good.
Yeah, so let's say they have a bunch of madness stuff here end step. What's your favorite play here, which is what we're probably gonna do?
I would go for a Spirit of the Labyrinth to punish them for playing a Ravager.
We could even keep our path, because we have the creatures coming in off of Ether Vial, but probably playing them is better.
Yeah, I like playing the Spirit because it's just more mana efficient.
Alright, let's go.
And then next turn we have the Vial for the Canonist in case they don't do anything. We can always just keep up the Vial in response to the lead crack and then just punish them heavily for trying to madness a bunch of stuff into play.
Yeah, hopefully. This game's gonna be super hard with us on the draw and everything, but at least we have plays on the multi-5 and everything. We have a plan that we might be able to execute. Alright, nothing. Wow. They thought about it for a while.
Yeah, because I think they're just too scared of the Ravager doing nothing.
Probably. Which card is the Ravager again?
The one that draws a bunch of cards.
I guess every turn that passes is good for us in the matchup.
Yeah, and like afterwards we're just gonna keep the Vial on 2 the entire time. And if they don't Ancient Grudge it, we're just gonna keep having it open.
What I like about Ether Vial is they don't see which creature is coming, it's just they are one moment to the next. So with these types of things, it's pretty nice.
I actually had a game once where I had an Ether Vial on 2 against my Depths opponent who had like a Safekeeper, Sylvan Safekeeper and the Merit Lage out, but only one land, and I had a Swords to Plowshare in hand. So I fake tapped the Vial and took like a card and it pretended like I wanted to put it in play to make him think about Phyrexian Revoker.
Oh, and then they give...
So he was like, oh no, stop, I'll crack my land in response. And I was like, LMAO get swords, and he just conceded.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. It's not like casting something where it's on the stack, you never see it coming with Ether Vial. And with triggers that doesn't matter, but with all these static effects, it's very nice. Yeah, they're not really thinking about this.
In the think tank.
They are still up on the clock because of the whole crashing thing, but it's game 3, both players have more than 10 minutes, so... Opponent said, sorry, I'm back. I guess they had to go somewhere.
Oh. Maybe he lied, maybe he went away again.
Sometimes people have kids and there are duties you need to do immediately, so...
True. That was always weird for me, because when I transitioned from the Yu-Gi-Oh community to the Magic community, everybody's average age jumped by like, I'd say about like 12 years or so.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... Yu-Gi-Oh is all anime and targeting kids, right?
Yeah.
So you played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh? I've never played that game. Does it also have a huge competitive community?
Yeah, very much so, but it's more so plagued by cheating.
By cheating?
And even more so, yeah, and but even more so like very bad,
Well,
like the Konami as a company. Like, you think Wizards is bad for a card game? You should see Konami.
Okay, I don't even want to know, honestly.
Yeah, they're actively out there ruining the game, which I think is hilarious.
Maybe the clan's also crashing for the opponent, like... We're seeing Prime Magic Online here today. Is this gonna be like a 3-hour league or something? At least we have the voice chat, so I know I'm not the one who's disconnected. Firestorm discards Box of Argonas. Yeah, it's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, but we're just gonna have to look.
I have nothing anyway, so...
Only 3 cards in hand.
That needs 8 cards though to be escaped. They really didn't like our spirit. I honestly like that Firestorm only got 1 creature.
Yeah, I think puts my mind at ease. Okay, so that's very, very good.
So do we pass or do we flash that in immediately?
I'd say we just pass, and then in the upkeep we can flash it in. After we tap, like, the Taiga.
See if they do something here. Okay.
And I wouldn't even flash it in, sorry. Oh, yeah, never.
Too late.
Yeah.
Would you have waited?
Yeah, because the thing is, I like them, you know, going for like a Faithless Looting maybe, and then afterwards crack the lead to like put a Ravager into play or something. And then we can basically counter the Ravager.
Well, now they can't
But
cast
here-
non-artifact spells, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think...
Oh, Grizzly Bear over here doing work.
And honestly, at this point, I'd even just start clocking in with the factory and not even care about them having like possible answers like another Firestorm. we've set up our very like it's like a prison, but it's like made out of cardboard, and now we're just gonna have to run with it.
True. This card's Ancient Grudge, there we go. And a hollow one, there is another one.
Yeah, but we're...
Oh, it's an artifact spell, that's pretty cool actually with the Canonist.
Yeah. Oh, true, actually, yeah.
They path it right away to have mana efficiency. You're gonna want to attack anyway. They are down to 2 cards, but...
Yeah,
sorry?
I was gonna say, they're down to 2 cards, so...
They
not
are
really much to worry about.
gonna be able to escape that soon if we don't find a wasteland, but not yet. They go to 3? Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Punished.
Perfect.
I just
Just
play,
how I like it.
just play her, don't I?
Yeah. And then again, I just get the Sword of Fire and Ice, because they're not pressuring us, and we want to draw like into more outs and start using the Vial. But if we draw another land, then we can just attack equip, and we'll be good.
Okay. I mean... Oh, we bodied it out.
Oh, yeah, then we'll just get the Batterskull.
Is that better than Cheat-Tape?
Probably, yeah.
So they are gonna have 3 cards, they can crack lead, discard their hand and... Oh! Oh, that's a 3-3. We should have attacked first.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a spot where we'd lose, but...
They're not quite dead, but they're gonna have to... they're gonna be able to escape this, I guess.
Yeah, and then... I mean, they have 0 cards in hand. Actually, no, they're gonna have 3 cards in hand after escaping the Ox. So we might actually be done here, especially because they have the... Ooh, they just drew another light. That's brutal.
I mean, you never know, but this draws a bunch of cards. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks bad. Oh, wow. They're just gonna... Wow.
You gotta love it though. A deck like that going off. Now Ox time.
Oh, baby.
No? They're not even Oxing?
Or not, okay. Yeah.
Interesting. They have another card in hand they want.
I guess.
They have that Ancient Grudge, so they wanna kill Vile here.
But I mean, I don't know, because we just have the Batterskull in hand, right? I think we're just gonna have to say... Actually... yeah, we're just gonna say go. Because the thing is, I don't know if we can take another hit from the Ravager, so I'd rather just path the Ravager.
You realize they just hardcast a Grudge, so they have 2 more in the graveyard. I thought it was flashback.
Oh! Same, I was gonna... Okay, so I think then we can just concede, because there's nothing that gets us out of this game.
Like that's that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I would just drop a kind-hearted GG and wait, do they not have another? Oh, actually, they don't have another green source. That was our only green source. What?
Now, one of those rest in pieces would be pretty nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I just blocked this with the Batterskull.
Dude, that Ravager, it's a pretty good card when it's one of those cards, when it works, it's super strong.
Hmm.
Do they have another Tiger or drop? They do, okay.
Oh, okay, so this list plays 2 Tiger.
Yeah, we're very dead here.
Yeah, I just concede, honestly.
I always give it another draw, but like, we are getting outvalued and out aggroed.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, that's the thing. Death and Tax is not that good at playing from behind.
Yeah.
That's like one of his major weaknesses.
Yeah, you have to keep up the, how do you say, the pressure on the opponent all the time.
Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna get
majorly oxed here. Major League oxing.
This is sweet stuff happening, not gonna lie. They have another ox even.
Yeah.
Alright, GG's. That's it. Play my land and then concede. That was amazing.
That was...
We did win
something.
without sideboarding, so that's something. Thanks Magic Online. Back in a minute.
I'm thinking, what is something crazier that we can actually run into?
Alrighty, let's see what the league will throw at us this time. I do like fighting different things for once, even though we kinda ran into some unexpected things like that that Madness Ravager. Anyway. Match 3 on the draw versus Shareboy. So I always type sub, it's kind of my thing. we got a 7 that we can keep. It's pretty good.
Looks very, very good. I like it very much.
Do you just not F6 because you know you might be a force of will deck?
No, I have this problem where I just F6 too much. So here I just go for plain 5.
Me too. I just like saving some time on the clock.
I honestly have very often lost games or matches because I was just too lazy about not F6ing. I'm gonna be honest.
For me, it's the other way around. I oftentimes yield too much and miss doing something sadly.
Yeah, no, that's literally the same thing I do. I just like yield through everything, and people are always like mad when they're like playing a league with me. Like, Phil, you missed it again. I was like, I'm sorry. I just get bored. This isn't melee, you know?
Yeah, true.
The game runs at 30 FPS. This is not what I'm used to.
It's such a cool difference.
Hmm. It's just nice having like a thinking game without execution. So here I just port and then upkeep port the Tundra.
Yeah, this is the
Because
perfect.
I don't like.
This is the perfect setup. Just Ether Vial into port is what I love doing. Like Goblins also does that. When you run out Revoker, but like we don't even know what to revoke. We could name a random fetch land, but
yeah. Actually, you can't. That's the thing. Because the specialty about Revoker compared to Needle
non-land card name.
But it can't stop mana abilities, unlike Needle.
Yeah, you can name lines at Diamond, which Pithing Needle doesn't really interact with.
Jesus Christ, what are we playing against?
Jeskai, Stoneblade maybe? Or just Jeskai control?
Honestly, I'm thinking like blue-white show and tell. But that's just me being a scaredy cat.
So do I go Caracas for that?
No, I'd run out another Plains. I wouldn't give him the info, because we don't need it right now.
And play then
I'd just run another Vial and port again. And I'd port the red source this time around. But actually, no, because... no, we port the white source. Oh, jeez.
Counter spell, huh?
I'd port the white source, in this case.
Coming soon to a modern league near you. Counter spell.
actually true, right? That's the thing.
They just spoiled out for Modern Horizons 2. Which I'm surprised it took them this long.
Yeah, because I thought they were never gonna do it, but
Guess
the more you know.
2021 is the time. The year of Counterspell. I have some of these masks ones in paper, they are pretty cool.
Oh, I have like the original one with this like bearded guy who looks really drunk.
Which set is that? Was it in Alpha?
Yeah, I think that's the alpha art group.
Nice.
Actually, no, I lied. The one I play is the guy who has like this like backache and then shoots like lasers from his fingertips. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, I know. The weird wobbly lasers.
Yeah. Well,
okay, so we are most likely playing against just Miracle's style control deck here. How do you approach that matchup in general?
so here my priority is next turn I just slam the sword and see what happens. And then end of turn I'd go for the so you wanna untap? And then
So I
end of
don't
turn-
put in Revoker here.
No, I don't think you do. Because you just give him like an easy removal spell target. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna abuse the power of Sanctum Prelate.
So we
So you
put
wanna
it on
pick up?
3 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're gonna wanna just hard cast the sword after playing the land.
So I'm not even putting anymore.
No, because at this point, like, if they want to cast a Jace, they have a land drop for it. So there's no point. Yeah, so that's really, really good for us. And then we're just gonna say go, because we don't want to give them like an option to main phase something. And then in their end step, we're gonna prelate for 1 to play around like every removal spell in the book.
Yidaro Wandering Monster, that's the thing that like
I know what this is.
shoves back into your deck, and if you do this 4 times, it goes onto the battlefield. It's just a control deck
so
with a
this is-
random Wandering Monster.
It's a Standstill control deck, so this is actually Yidaro still.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like an own deck.
I mean, Ether Vial works versus Standstill, I guess.
Not only that, Phyrexian Revoker actually works against Yidaro.
Oh, interesting, yeah. The cycling is an activated ability.
Yeah. Which is really, really funny, actually. Yeah, so this is completely fine.
Yeah, there's only enough spells. He can bounce Ether Vial, but then he just dies, because we vial in a 2-2.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have a Lightning Bolt. No, we name 1 here, right?
No, because if we... Yeah, we named 1, so we play around, like, the removal spells. And the nice part is that we can just equip the sword, hit his face, and then...
Oh,
even
and shoot
kill
the
his
fairy.
fairy.
Well, hopefully, but they're not gonna have some random 2 mana thing.
They shouldn't, if I remember the list correctly.
This is getting interesting.
Yeah, so we're gonna waste the white source, but after combat, it's fine. You can just equip for now.
So I tap my Caracas and Plains, or...
Plains, because you just want to play around the Yidaro.
Well, it's lagging already again. It could be my internet though.
Nice. Gotta love MTGO.
Yeah. So attack phase and then shoot the fairy with the sword.
Yeah.
I would have done this wrong. Yeah, you have to be careful with these things.
And unfortunately, we cannot play the Vial, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna waste the Tundra. And then we're just gonna deploy the Revoker on. Because the thing is, we have like a 50-50 between Yidaro and Shark Typhoon.
So do I revoke the Yidaro?
I don't even think so, because we just have Caracas, right?
So that's a legendary 8/8 they get for free after cycling it 4 times.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna kill them by then, because we have like an insanely fast clock.
Probably.
So...
Tap the Volt.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know, like, because I know the straight blue-white list without Yidaro actually play Supreme Verdict in the main. Because this spot right now is very difficult for them to handle.
Yeah, as you say it, we win. Nice one.
Yeah. Oh, damn, okay.
So we play against control.
Yeah, definitely those. Judgment is questionable. We can bring it. I like bringing Surgicals.
Really?
Because I think that... Well, the thing is, it's nice on one hand, because in matchups like these, you can often just Surgical Swords to Plowshares, and they don't really have removal. But since they're playing like red instead of straight blue-white, I'm typically against that, because they just have more like versatile removal suit. So here, what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna just basically cut, I think, 3 Swords to Plowshares. And we're gonna bring in the Council's Judgment for... Sorry, we're gonna bring in the Judgment for the Palace Jailer.
I don't like being the Monarch, even though they don't have creatures. They might be good.
They do, that's the thing. Because at end of turn, 1/1 Shark Typhoon...
Yeah, steals
like
the Monarchy and runs away with it. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Surgical is
so
in or out?
like that. Yeah, I wouldn't bring them. I think we'll be fine like this.
Yeah, we want our cards to have the most amount of value and poet impact, I guess.
Let's go! Oh, this hand is very, very good.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I just like the land disruption in combination with
Yeah,
the
Vile Wasteland Port is just amazing, and we're gonna draw some stuff, right?
Yeah. And if they were straight blue-white, obviously the Wasteland be a bit more dead of a draw. I wouldn't like it, but in this case, yeah. I think we're just gonna go Port into Vile. Just for maximum efficiency.
You could Spell Pierce this or something, but what you're gonna do, right?
Yeah. Like, if they keep it Spell Pierce post-board against DNT, then...
Yeah,
I don't even think you're
play
right
that.
in the head, to be honest.
So the only thing they could have is Force of Will, and that's still a 2-for-1.
Post-board, I can't imagine something like Rip Apart or Disenchant, so...
Rip Apart, that's cool, new technology.
Yeah, Rip Apart is just such a busted card. So
Okay,
here I just go
another
for the port. Yeah, and then just port the island.
I guess I play Plains in case I want to play a double white spell later, just in case. Oh man, I just love playing Ether Vial and Rishodon Pod so much.
Such a cool card combination.
And step fetch without playing a Brainstorm or anything. Or is this gonna be Cycles Yidaro again?
Weird champ.
Weird champ. Yeah, that was kinda obvious.
Yeah. And we've read him, and therefore we're the winners. And he's...
Also, we have Karakas again. So that thing isn't really that big of a threat. Oh, I almost forgot again. The island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, I love playing these, but I'm still somehow really bad at doing things in the opponent's turn. I always forget. We're gonna Vial in the Mom though. And step.
Especially now that they tapped another blue source. We're just gonna waste it and then keep porting.
Maybe we can start getting cheater hits in at some point. So yield till end step.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be a bit far away from that, because I like playing these matchups very conservatively.
Yeah, you gotta play it slow.
Alright. So we're just gonna wasteland and then play it slow. And I think in this post-board, I don't even like playing the second mother at all.
Yeah, I'll just port again, but do I even attack here? Probably not.
No. I play it slow. Then report the blue source again.
We just hope to never give them any mana here.
Yeah.
Play off of our Vial. Could keep the Vial on 2 in case I draw Stoneforge or Thalia.
Generally not worth it, because you're more likely to just have the extra land you need drawn for playing everything. And you just want to be about as mana efficient in the late game as you can, because it's more important to get like uncounterable recruiters and sanctum prelates compared to like mothers or Thalias or Stoneforges.
Yeah, so 3's kinda the magic number is what we're about.
Yeah.
Now we could play the second man, but I mean they do have board wipes, I guess.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't.
Super interesting. Like they are a standstill deck, so we are playing also the standstill game, right?
Yeah. They're on our turf.
I called it again.
Punished. But yeah.
But we are still porting, and next turn we can cast her.
Yeah, I just play the Caracas now to not give the info about the port, and then big chillin'.
It'll be interesting to see if they have like a disenchant now, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Ooh, what is this?
I put in
Oh,
response.
did they pawn it?
Doesn't really matter.
No, I just let them search out for info. Because
Yeah.
if they, like get a basic planes, you'd want to handle the basic plane.
So do they fetch just upkeep to thin the deck, or do you think they're playing something upkeep? If it was a brainstorm, they'd do it before fetching,
Yeah.
or even in step.
I'm a bit... let's just see, like, what they're gonna get is good, yeah. Because they're gonna get a plane.
Yeah, that was just the blue again, right?
Yeah. And we're gonna keep up the Caracas.
They didn't get another island, so they don't even want to play blue stuff.
Because I'm thinking they'd probably have like a removal spell for the Vial in the upkeep.
Snapcaster, mage.
Or just a Snapcaster. Okay. Sure, that's fine.
They could have a land drop into the ponder, but yeah, sure.
If they do, they do.
Yeah. Alright,
Oh, they gone.
I just do nothing
This
again.
is- yeah, just big chillin'.
So this always no, just so I don't accidentally put it to 4, that'd be pretty bad. Ooh.
So in this case, I just play the... I'd play the Stoneforge Mystic and try to set up the sort of Fine Ice.
Yeah, if that works out, it's amazing for us. Yeah, they have to force this, that's card advantage, exiles a counter spell. We never gave him the mana to use it. And now we port blue again.
Yep. And we're just gonna chill, because I think we're in a very strong position right now.
This is so funny, like you think of Legacy as this super powerful combo heavy format where everyone kills you turn 2. And then you go like turn 6, nothing happens.
Just like a 2-1 and a 1-1 staring at each other.
Yeah.
And the 1-1 wins the fight, is the funny part.
Yeah. I brought my mom to Magic and she's winning it.
Imagine if Mother of Runes had a Snapchat, like a private one.
She'd be very popular.
Yeah. But I've been at an LGS and I've heard some unsavory names called at my Mother of Runes.
Your mom.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, there it is. But I just play the Spirit of the Labyrinth and then... Big shilling. Then we can just churn, as they like to say. In English and in German.
Dude, this game.
Peak gameplay.
They're not having any land drops now, which is pretty good for us, I would say. No blue mana for you.
Yeah.
Oh, Terminus. Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, but whatever. If you must. I'd give something pro just to spite them. Any orders.
Doesn't do anything, but we could do it.
Bro momento.
Yo, bro momento.
Un gran bro
Yo,
momento.
Igibert, thank you for the prime
Bro
sub.
momento.
Nice.
Mm,
Do we double port now? Or play out the cheat?
I would actually play out these
un
sort
bro
of
momento.
and the mother. In that
Un bo,
example.
un bro momento.
Sorry, what was your play?
I'd play out the Sword of Fire and Ice and then the mother. And sorry, it's first the mother and then the Sword of Fire and Ice.
Okay, so we give them blue mana for return?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Because afterwards we're going to be able to end up turn set up the Recruiter and get another prelate, and then we're going to run away with the game.
Opponents have 6. If they have a chase, we can Skyclave it probably, or even
Yeah,
kill it
like,
in combat.
There's so little I'm like scared of.
You have 6 cards in hand, but only 3 lands. Brainstorm. Finally, they get to play it. I mean, they could always play it upkeep, but this is a better Brainstorm main phase. What up, Igibert? I miss enjoying beers with you at FNM, to be honest. Foots. FTC. Is this a new Magic expansion?
Oh no.
Yeah, but we're just
Okay,
gonna
so-
go for the recruiter play at the end step.
Yield until end step. That's pretty cool that they have a button for it now. Recruiter, and what are we getting?
So we have a 50-50 yet again between Flicker Wisp and Sanctum Prelate. But in this case, since it's post-board Sanctum Prelate's a bit weaker because they tend to have like sweepers and stuff. and
I'm
they're
just
trying to
going
move
for
on.
the value play now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like here, with the active vial, the deck's really shining now.
Yeah. So now, I think this is also where we kind of run away with the game, because now we have the... Ooh,
Well, hopefully, we equip Sword on Recruiter.
Yeah. Because even if they try to like shoot the Recruiter, we're just gonna protect it with the Mom, and if they try to shoot the Sword, we can just flicker it, and we'll be gold. And now this is where we do what White does the worst: draw cards.
But we do it.
Yeah.
And we attack for like 5. So yeah,
As
they're in
well.
trouble.
And this is why Sword is like the best equipment. Again, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, this is so strong. And we're just gonna port red next turn.
Red?
Yeah, because they have access to every other color.
Yeah, I guess Chase isn't even good here, right?
Yeah, and even if, like, for example, if they go for Supreme Verdict, we're just gonna flicker the Recruiter and draw more cards. And
Yeah. Like, this is a point where the end step thing of Flicker Wisp is super awesome. Terminus.
Yeah, like, see, like, this is completely fine.
I wait until they cast it,
Yeah.
and now Flicker Wisp the Recruiter.
Yeah. And also I like this play specifically because it again shuffles the deck at the end step, so we can shuffle the Mother and the Recruiter like away from the bottom of the library.
Exactly.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it now. we can. Pro green. Any water because we shuffle again anyway.
Interested to see what they're doing. If it's a Teferi, I'm severely disappointed that they keep this card in post board.
That's not very good against us, is it?
No, because like,
but
yeah, because now again we're just gonna Alpha Strike him
yeah,
and kill
And
the
kill the Teferi.
Teferi at the same time.
that's like a 3 mana draw a card, bounce a thing, but like whatever, right?
Yeah, like you reset the vial basically and draw a card. It's like a repulse. So now we're gonna go for the Sanctum Prelate, I think, because we already have a Flicker Wisp in hand.
We don't have the vial on 3 anymore, so we could get a 1-drop if we wanted to. But I guess
No,
Sanctum Prelate's
there's
better.
no point in getting mothers, especially post board. Like if we draw into them, we'll draw into them. But other than that, I want to get like the Haymaker cards.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So now we're gonna equip combat.
I'd just
It'd
play
be cool if
vial and port again, maybe. What
Yeah.
is
First
porting?
we're gonna attack. So if we
Porting-
draw a land, we're gonna actually vial and then put the prelate on 1.
So this is the exact same play as game 1.
Yeah. Think, Mark. So now we're gonna just vial and port again the red source, and we should be good.
Put the mountain again.
Yeah.
And lets them play Supreme Verdict, but
Yeah, like they traded for a card that's like drawn us 3 cards already, so I don't really mind.
we have 6 cards in hand now, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, like we are, like it's like the Captain Phillips scene with like the black guy who just looks at him is like, we're the captain now.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Snip Ponder.
Next turn, we're just gonna prelate on 1 and put out the Jeet and the Jite. kind of started rolling from there.
Okay, I'm glad this isn't on always no still.
Yeah, it actually usually. Oh, okay, that's a tad bit better. So we're just gonna play that.
Start pooping out white knights.
Yeah. Protect my queen.
I always draft these Gideons in cube. Love him so much.
Next turn we're just gonna try to go for lethal because we have the Karakas to protect the Gideon.
Yeah, that's a thing we can do.
We're just gonna trade that for easy money.
Do we even block that if we want to go for lethal?
Because they might have a bolt, so I wouldn't want to risk it because the Gideon is just that good.
True. Yeah, you are good at thinking of what they might have. I like that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's like the strongest skill you need to develop when playing this deck.
Very true.
It's just you always need to think of like contingencies, what could go wrong. Often enough, it doesn't even happen. You're just like, LMAO, this shit's free. But other than that, like, you just need to worry about what might happen. So in this case, I'd actually just play it slow. Because I think having to bounce the Gideon would be too much of a tempo loss. So there's two options. You can play the prelate on one, but then I'd recommend playing the other vial first. Or you could also prelate on one and then equip with the sword and go for lethal.
On the
Which,
Gideon.
if I think about it now, is actually, the best option. So you go for prelate.
Yeah, make it a 5/5 and sword adds 4 more damage. If they, what could they have to stop this?
Hard cast force, but other than that, like I just force the thing. I mean, they could also just have like a 2-mana removal spell, like a random one, but
I don't think that exists.
Rip Apart is a sorcery.
Gideon is indestructible. They would have to destroy the sword with like
a braid or something. Yeah. But if you're in like red-blue, in blue-white-red, you don't really tend to go for.
Yeah, and say they kill sword, they go to 3. So.
Yeah, and we still have an active Gideon, so I'm not threatened by anything. Because even like if they have a blocker, like for example the Shark Typhoon, we get to ignore that. Well, what is this?
Probably Shark Typhoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
trying to draw for a sword, but they can't even play that. So
no, this is gonna have protection from blue anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we win. They were like, okay, maybe I draw swords to plowshares, but they can't even cast it. So.
Yeah.
We're just dead. Dude, it was awesome. Yeah, the deck kinda destroys control. Same as goblins, I guess. I always like playing control decks.
Yeah, like goblins has an even easier time against, because Ringleader is just such a beating. Or Muxus for that matter. And you have the Cavaliers on top of that.
Yeah, up 2 and 1, I love it. I always try to go for 3/2s because that means I get my entry fee back, and that's all I'm shooting for. Let's go. I'm gonna get myself a drink. That should be possible before we time out again. Be back in 30 seconds. I did say 30 seconds. I made it. Perfect. Damn. Alrighty. Round 4, we are on the play against Moon Madness. Smiley face.
Oh yeah, I know this guy.
Really?
He's a really nice guy, yeah.
Awesome.
Last time I played him, he played green-black mid-range depths.
Double Thalia, 2 equipments. This is like a bad hand, but keepable, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd keep it. Actually, no, I'd mulligan. I actually think that hand is super bad, because if you think about it, really we only have 4 cards in hand, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
again, so.
Oh no, we locked into the no white mana hand again. I had that one earlier. That's also mal. Can't keep
Put
that,
that
right?
back where you found that.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Perfect.
gonna happen with those Wasteland decks, but thankfully not too often. So Ether Vial makes up for some stuff. Could chip the
so I
Battle
just put
Skull
away
and...
Jailer and Jailer.
You wanna keep all your lands? Yeah, kinda makes sense. We're just gonna draw some creatures, right?
Yeah. We'll draw into it, LMAO. Or sorry, that's censored.
This is so funny. Opponent said, good luck, have fun, you too. Moon Madness. Goodbye, Moon Madness.
Actually, I would have started with a factory in this case, in case you
Oh
want to
yeah,
start
because
beating
of
down.
summoning sickness.
Yeah.
In before they have Wasteland and it was the better play. And anyway, now while the opponent's turn, I got myself a nice drink. Virtual prost to everybody who might be watching this.
Actually, I find it so weird that in English, you know, that like obviously they have something like Guten Appetit and stuff. Oh, nice.
This is like
Wow.
a green-black, probably a smoke combo deck. Or something that already plays around
Probably.
blue decks in main deck.
So yeah, actually we, by the virtue of playing a bad color, have made virtual card advantage.
This is funny. They probably also have... well, maybe. What's its name? The green anti-counter spell card. Veil of Summer.
Oh, the Veil, yeah.
Yeah, should have played Mishra's Factory turn 1, but I'm gonna play it now.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Like, usually I've actually played quite a bit against these, like, smoke, Chain of Smoke decks, and I've found myself to be pretty comfortable against them. Obviously, you can always just get, like, nutted on, but
Yeah.
that's kind of the thing you sign up for when you play a non-Force of Will deck.
Alright, cheers, and hopefully we can grind this out somehow with our whatever draw this is.
Yeah, so if they go for the Chain of Smog now... Oh,
Green,
might this
white,
actually...
rest-
I was gonna say,
Rest in peace,
I think
enchantments deck.
I think we're in big trouble and we're actually... Obviously this could be Enchantress, but my
Probably
instinct
like
actually
a
says...
Helm deck.
I
but-
actually would have said Food Chain, because that's a
Food
really
Chain.
popular deck.
Why
recently.
would it run Rest in Peace?
Because the Mist Hollow Griffins can then be cast from exile.
Yeah, it could be, we'll see. I actually love what sort of matchups we are running into here. I always play against Delva, but this is way more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the thing, you actually start noticing how well equipped Death and Taxes is for like all these random decks. Ooh! Okay, yeah, I just like playing this on one. I don't really care anymore.
On 1?
Yeah. Well, there's a decision to be made between 1 and 3, but since they haven't shown us anything, I like playing it on 3 because it also hits the food chain.
Well, doesn't Food Chain cost 4 mana?
No, it's 3. It's green and 2 colorless.
So do we say 3?
Yeah, I go for 3 because you also hit Enchantress's Presence, you hit Oblivion Ring, you hit Solitary Confinement, and also it keeps up your Swords to Plowshares. Obviously, you run into the problem that if they're playing Food Chain, then they have Swords to Plowshares in the main. But if it's Enchantress, then the Prelate is way better.
Yeah, now I'm excited to see what they're gonna throw at us here.
Also like the putting it on 3 here because it cuts off the curve play. Yeah, I think...
Iggy asks, why is the opponent playing Carpet of Flowers in Rest in Peace main? We don't quite yet know. We think it could be Food Chain or I guess like a Helm of Obedience combo maybe.
It's Enchantress as a whole, as a deck.
But yeah, it's super weird what they're doing. They're not doing anything yet.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna activate the factory and beat them down.
Sure, that's basically the only thing we can do anyway. So same reason as always, going to 3 here.
Yeah.
Also, anytime we put this on 3, we draw Stoneforge, Mystic. Well, that also works for me.
Yeah. We're gonna attack first to keep up the sword and not mess up like last time.
Oh yeah. That actually happened, didn't it?
Yep, fortunately. But we're bigger, better, smarter, and stronger now.
That's the thing though. You shouldn't dwell on your mistakes, just learn from them, right?
Yeah. I'm glad this happened today and not on Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's why we're doing this. Spoiler alert, Igibert. This is preparation for your Saturday 20. Yeah, energy field is an interesting thing. They probably have that, right? It's that enchantment where you don't take damage until something hits your graveyard, which it doesn't with Rest in Peace.
They might have blue in the deck, but then again, we're still equipped with that because we have 3 apparitions in the main.
Exactly, we're not just dead to a... Wait, is energy field a blue card? I thought it was a white card.
Yeah. No, it's
blue gets all the toys. But it's funny, I was thinking about this. Blue is basically almost the only color that you see very rarely alone. It's always a supporting color. Are we dead?
No, not yet.
We
still have like the outs.
You need to say 1 and tap, right?
Yeah.
And then it mills you to death.
Yeah. So we still have like...
Recruiter, Skagleaf
we have
Apparition.
Recruiter, Apparition, and Revoker. So we have 1, 2, 5, 6 outs for this. Luck of the draw. Luck of the Irish.
Recruiter!
Yes!
We are good at the top decking today. So we
we'll just
get a Skyclave for the helm, right?
Yeah.
So we attack for 5. And then...
So I just do it now, because you don't want to mess around.
Yeah. Otherwise you might skip your main phase or something.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
I've been that guy many times.
Oh, trust me. Me too.
Magic Online shenanigans. Alright, so Skyclave Apparition.
Yeah, because we have the sword for the token afterwards.
Wow, that was lucky. You could have another,
Skill.
but what you gonna do?
We play to our out, is what I like to call it.
Yeah.
Despite it obviously being a dirty top deck.
It's lucky that this has 4 or less. The card is so strong. Not even 3 or less.
Yeah, that card has been so good at leveling the playing field with all the Ancient Tomb decks. Because even if you're on the play, you usually get outsped by like a turn 3 Urza.
Yeah, we did it. That was super lucky. You counted 7 out of... There were like 50 cards in the deck. That was very lucky. So we want the Disenchant.
The Aethersworn Canonist, because we're playing against Enchantress. We want the Cataclysms.
Do you think it's Enchantress?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because they haven't shown us any other color. And Food Chain doesn't play the Helm. And we probably...
Moon Madness tapped in the chat. For sure, if I don't play, you wasteland me. So they think about playing around the wasteland or something. Whatever. We are sideboarding here.
Yeah, I was gonna say good for them. Alright, I like getting out the Jit in this case, because it's not very good.
Is this what we're bringing in?
Yeah, definitely.
Palace Jailer probably doesn't do anything. What about
it's fine as a draw engine to draw into more cards, because they can't pressure us, so I'd leave the Jailer in.
What about the Swords
I
to
like,
Plagias?
Yeah, those are all out, and I think that's perfect.
So why was Sanctum Prelate on 3? We were playing around... What was it again? Food Chain?
Oblivion Ring. Sorry, so Food Chain, but against Enchantress specifically, we're playing around Oblivion Ring, Enchantress's Presence, Solitary Confinement, and also in some cases the old list used to run Words of War, if you know that card.
Words of War?
Yeah.
What does that do?
That's a card I've lost to many times.
Enchantment. The next time you would draw a card, it deals 2 damage to any target instead. Wait, okay, that's pretty funny. And this is a keep. We just need a land and not die to a...
I actually think this hand is a bit too slow into mid-rangey. I really...
So you think we can do better?
The thing is, I'm kind of guy that if I play this deck, I keep any kind of crap hand that has like lands and is playable. And especially since we're on the draw, I think this is fine, so we can just keep this.
Yeah, I agree. I just... The worst feeling ever is mulling a borderline 7 into an unkeepable 6, right? So it goes.
Yeah. One thing about Stoneforge Mystic in this matchup that I don't like is that the Batterskull, despite it being the better clock in this matchup, because it requires less mana, is that it's very bad against Elephant Grass, because Elephant Grass says black creatures can't attack at all.
True.
Yeah, so this is pure Enchantress.
I didn't even realize it was an Enchantress deck because they didn't have the usual like acceleration pieces and stuff.
But one thing that DNT has against Enchantress is Rishon Port.
Oh yeah, tapping the Enchanted Lands is pretty good. Sadly no Ether Vial this time, making porting a bit harder.
Misplay, but it happens. I've actually looked at my games, like paper. I used to like write them down in preparation for. Oh Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, we gotta get the apparition online. So I just port next turn.
Yeah.
Where we can't mess around with the Stoneforge.
We port the land so they get to play fewer things, and then apparition the champion.
Yeah.
Like if they don't, they might not play too many things off of one forest.
Yeah, especially because I think the sprawl's on white, right?
Probably. Yeah. Cetacean Champion.
Yep.
Theros Beyond Death card, new technology.
New card, Paul.
I have a different memory of Enchantress. A guy at our LGS used to play it, but he was more of... He didn't have any combos, I think. He was more like, at some point, just cast 15 mana Emrakul and win the game that way.
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah's Sanctum is a good card. It's very underrated.
Which one is Sarah's Sanctum again?
It's the land that makes white mana for each enchantment.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the white Chaos Cradle.
Pretty mooch.
Wait, what? Okay. Playing it on the tapped land is interesting. Probably just doesn't have anything else to play, but they get to draw a card, so...
Yeah.
That was weird. Maybe they wanna fetch a dual land here. Still.
I doubt it, because generally in this matchup, I'd block and then just give protection. Because they don't really have any one mana removal spell. And even if they do have the swords, then they should just play it on the mother. And I don't really care.
True actually. Like, Mother isn't the best card in the matchup.
Yeah. I'd much rather be scared of them using the sword as a combat trick for the Skyclave Apparition than that. Stop!
Don't draw more cards. I don't like it. On thin ice, sure.
On thin ice. Hot damn, shoddy. Right.
So there was a reason not to block, because they wouldn't have played it and drawn another card, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, a
But
nice one.
it's fine. We're just drawing, like, running apparitions into apparitions, so... Because the matchup used to actually be, like, pretty good, and then some of the Enchantress players started playing Humility, which was a card that I could not beat whatsoever. And ever since they've cut that...
Yeah, that's... There is
Talk
so much similarity to goblins, because all of our effects are stapled onto creatures, and humility is like, no, no, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
There is one disenchant in this deck, no, one single one. Oh no.
Another
Well,
champion, Jesus.
Thankfully we are also drawing well.
We are the champions. Yeah, what is this guy? Yeah, this is the presence. This is where it gets dangerous.
Yes, yes, yes. Take away the creature again, right? Start attacking.
Yeah. Exactly, and then we're gonna just recruit for another apparition.
No, we're just gonna top deck a removal spell for the Enchantress's presence. Easy.
Yeah, this would actually be... Because I completely forgot the Cetacean. This is the first time I've played against this deck in like 2 years, 3 years. So I completely forgot that Cetacean Champion is a thing. Because I used to know they tried Eidolon of Blossoms, but it being a 4-mana 2/2 with the same effect without the counters was just really, really bad.
So they printed an upgrade. Opponents really finding those draw pieces now. They didn't have any game 1, which is hilarious.
Yeah. But being the presences now, I'm definitely, like, I have, like, a good sideboarding plan for next game.
Since there are no objects in P.
Which is?
Like, which is we're definitely going to bring in the Deafening Silences, and we're going to leave the Swords and Plowshares in.
Really, like, simple, because
And we're going to, like, cut the Batter Skull, cut, like, a few more Stoneforge Mystics and stuff.
One,
Because if both of those apparitions had just gone towards the presences,
can't actually
yeah, I think you can concede, because we're not coming back from this.
Yeah, they
Our
have.
hand is so clunky.
They draw 3 cards every enchantment now anyway. Yeah, let's
and I
just
would
scoop it up.
And
Yeah.
stomp on the
You're not winning this game.
leader.
Okay, so,
Mario.
Do we play these?
So
Yeah.
because
Ah.
this is something
And these?
we can do.
yeah, so what we're going to cut is, we're going to cut 2 Stoneforge Mystics.
What about the Revoker?
We're going to cut the Batter Skull. We can cut the Revoker as well. And then...
Cataclysms are still fine, are they?
Yeah, these are really, really good.
The Jailer
It's like
maybe
a-
too slow.
Yeah, you can... Cause the thing is, no, I like the Jailer because we want our own draw engine.
2 more cuts though.
I like Mothers knowing that they have on thin ice.
I mean, yeah, Iggy just said Revoker prevents the win conditions. Do we care about that? We
No,
maybe
because
should.
usually in the spot where they have like their win conditions, like the most common win condition is actually Sigil of the Empty Throne, and Revoker does not work against that.
What about the Mother of Runes? Does work against the
like with
Thin
the-
Ice?
Yeah, I want to keep this because our best card in this matchup is just Spirit of the Labyrinth.
True.
The Council Judgment is important because it hits the what's it called? The
Shroud
Enchantress,
thing.
the Argothian. Yeah, I say cut another Stoneforge Mystic because the card's just too clunky. And cut the Mishra's Factory. And then we should be fine.
A bold move, but we're gonna be fine. Just that good hand, please. I guess that
Yeah, that's
plays.
okay. Yeah, that's okay. Because the turn 1 Mother is fine, then we have the Thalia, and then we have the Recruiter into Spirit of the Labyrinth while having the Wasteland up. That's a pretty decent curve.
Being on the place is a huge difference in this matchup, specifically, I think.
I'm actually looking back at his statement in chat where he says if he doesn't play, we Wasteland him, but if he doesn't play Magic, then he won't have any non-basics to waste. So I'm very much confused.
Yeah, Mom's
Right,
gone.
so-
We just
So, board into Thalia. Mama.
Thalia's pretty good in the matchup.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
And we don't have double white, which is sort of sketchy.
Yeah, but still we'll be fine, because if he sets up like one turn for the Utopia Sprawl, and then next turn gets to play the champion, then we'll have the, what's it called, the thingamajig ready, the Spirit.
That's true. Destiny Spinner.
Yeah, this card's pretty good, but fortunately right now does not interest us very much.
Well, we can't attack into it. A land becomes an XX or X is the number of enchantments you control.
Yeah, so now we're just gonna recruit her for the Spirit.
Could Revoker that, but I don't know.
No, because
Doesn't seem too
forced the
scary,
Revoker
that
out,
thing,
and
for now.
the thing is, like, it's gonna take a while for him to get set up because right now it's pumping two twos.
Spirit, do you say?
Yeah. But then we can ignore all his card draw engines and we'll just say go.
That's true. Like, without cut draw, the decks are not that scary, honestly.
Yeah, it really isn't.
I mean, Mother is gone, so they could have more removal, but it's probably only on thin ice.
Yeah, because now he can't even, like, it has to be Cetacean champion. Because he can't even play it. Enchantress. I guess he could also have Rogothian Enchantress, but that's whatever. Oh,
Sterling Growth.
Okay. That's fine.
Pretty cool card from the invasion era.
So if we draw a white source, we're definitely gonna... Ooh, okay. I actually want to set up the Vial now, so I'd rather just play the Vial.
Costs 2 sadly, but still right.
Yeah.
You don't have a draw engine yet. But I've kept up Caracas instead. They don't have any legends, do they?
No. Even if they remove Arthalia, we have another second one. So I think it's a fine bait, quote unquote.
A bait, nice.
Nice. Okay, we have a wasting target. That's pretty good.
4 mana.
Yeah. That might be a presence or an Oblivion Ring.
Oh yeah, everything costs 1 more, so it's a 3-drop. Or they try to play a 4-drop and it's not working. Enchantress is presence.
Yeah, so we can just ignore that completely. That's
Yeah, they know we have Spirit, so maybe they just don't have anything else in their hand.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh yeah, they couldn't even have played it earlier. Our setup's working pretty well now. Land, please, maybe? Because I wanna start porting them. No.
Yeah, so now we're just gonna...
Play the
Now
Spirit.
having drawn the Cataclysm, I don't want to wasteland them. I just Spirit.
Yeah.
Because then if we actually manage to get off the Cataclysm, like if we draw a 4th land, we're just gonna keep up the Caracas, end of turn bounce the Thalia, and then we get to keep up Spirit and Thalia, basically. Sorry, we're gonna keep up Recruiter and Spirit, and then file the Thalia back in, if we draw a white source. It obviously sucks if they have a removal spell, but yeah, like, okay, they just have everything.
At least that goes off first.
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Bundy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Lindsay Schwitzy in the chat.
I love that meme so much, it's so dumb.
As well as help support me doing video game covers full
It's a
time.
banger meme.
Check out my Patreon page by hitting the support button. Thank you guys so much for watching. And
Yeah, so they're drawing well here, but we should still be fine. So right now we want to draw a white source. Well, actually, yeah, we kind of want to just make sure that we can set up the Cataclysm next turn. Ooh, I mean, that's also... Yeah, I definitely want to play that now.
Everyone's just setting up crap.
Setting up shop, and then we'll just say go again. Because, like, if we get to, like... Because the Enchantress's presence is way less scary with the silence on the board.
True.
And for us, it's just going to be important to get to the Cataclysm. The rest we don't really care about.
Andy asks, why is Hafu not my wife? I'm not sure what he wants to know from you. I'm guessing you are Aaron.
Because Hafu is actually married to Dog, and that's why she's not your wife. The Hearthstone reference.
I see.
You can just pass priority on like the yield on the presence.
I kinda don't wanna do that in case I want to say Violin Spirit in response to the trigger at some point.
Fine, just another spinner. This dude. Look at this dude.
She's spinning her destinies, or our destinies, hard. No!
LMAO! Yeah, no, but that's fine, because he...
You're just gonna cataclysm them at some point, right?
Yeah. But it's fun, now that we draw the silence, they play like 2 consecutive creatures.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's still not the scariest thing ever. I mean, we're taking 2 damage, but...
Yeah, we're taking 2.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the longer streams. Do I tick up? Yes.
Yeah.
Again, same question as always.
Actually, don't tick up, because we
Don't?
want to file the Thalia back in
Okay,
after
true.
the Cataclysm.
Interesting. First time we don't go to 3.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna play the... No, we're not gonna play the cannon. We're gonna play the Canonist, we're not gonna play it, sorry, and then we're just gonna end of turn, Hail Mary, bounce the Thalia, and pray that we're drawing the white source.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see any other way of, like, we just gotta play it risky, because in case if we don't draw the white source, we can just play the Thalia again, and then try the turn
They're
after.
not gonna have more creatures anyway, so this effect
Yeah.
doesn't do much.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can just port the...
No, let's put the...
Oh yeah, the Utopia.
I almost missed that they had one of these now. Probably doesn't matter much because they only get one spell.
Why are they tapping mana? Sorry.
Because there is no reason not to do it, I guess. Like the deck doesn't run instants, does it? They could Sterling Grove to draw something they want to, maybe an O-ring or whatever.
What does he do? Does he have Force Figure?
Destiny Spinner.
Oh
okay.
no, okay. Yeah.
It's a 7/7.
Does it trample?
It does.
Damn that shit tramples.
Bro, can you like don't add planes please. We have like 13 or something white sources and we haven't found any.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spinner, very good here.
Spinning his destiny right now. Yeah, no, we're gonna have... Dude, he has another creature? Are you kidding?
No, they haven't played a spell yet, have they?
Yeah. Yeah, but now we're just gonna have to go for the Hail Mary.
Sure.
I'd even go as... Does bouncing with the Thalia... Honestly, I'd even block one of the... I'd block and bounce one of the Destiny Spinners.
Alright, here's praying. We're not winning if we don't draw a white source here.
Yeah.
13 planes or something, 2 Caracas, 1 Flagstones. Come on, Destiny! Spin for me.
Spin something. You gotta spin something together here. Come on. Alright. Yeah, no, obviously, like, if you, like, that's kind of, like, the sad part if you're not playing Brainstorm.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess we have to play the Canonist and then try again next turn.
We're not living another turn, are we?
How much mana does he have?
I don't know, but another attack like this, does it kill us? Or just
I think if we
with our-
block with everything, we barely survive, but I'm not sure.
Well, if we play some more enchantments, the things are gonna get bigger.
Gorilla.
Well, this went unfortunately. The deck plays a lot of lands and we never found any, so what you gonna do? That's magic for you. And now I'm yielding. Now I'm actually F6ing. Nothing matters anymore.
Nothing else matters.
See if they go for the kill, probably. Finally found the Serra's Sanctum.
Yeah, because now they can just kill us by making 2 lands. So now we're
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
dead.
I
Alright, GG's.
Yeah. I hate that these cards are on the reserved list. Like Gaia's Cradle is way too expensive in paper. I would play elves, but... Bundy with the good music taste coming in again. I'm down to -11. I will take a quick bathroom break and we'll be right back for the last match. Where it's about everything for the 3-2. The good part about all of this is, no matter the outcome, this is amazing content. I loved every part of it until now already. We have the Madness deck, the MTGO Crash, the 2-2 match against Charbel, who is 0-0. We get to play first.
Against. That's the Madness guy.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. That's the. We played already against them.
Let me scroll in chat. I usually read out. No, it was similar but not the same. It said Shareboy, and now it said Charbel.
Oh, okay.
This is a keeper. At least we have a curve and things to do.
Yeah, no, I like this hand.
The Death and Taxes aggro draw. There's aggro as
I
it
mean, I
gets.
preferred if the Caracas was a plains, but like, you know,
Yeah, it's
sometimes it might just be a reanimator. Whatever.
Who texts me? Was it you, Yogurt?
No, I also just got a text, so it was probably the Dactyl.
Oh yeah, no, it was Find Match. Not now, man. Don't you hate?
Not now.
Don't you hate that Discord changed their UI? It doesn't even look bad, but I don't like change.
I honestly don't even know what they changed.
Okay, so we go Spirit here. We are back against the blue deck.
Yeah, I would just pour it into Spirit.
Bait them to Wastelanders or something. Why not just play the planes? So we have the port
you
Wasteland
want to
set
have
up.
the port set. Yeah, exactly. So you have to port into Wasteland set up for the round after.
Makes sense. Keep our options open. Are they gonna fire off a Brainstorm now?
Or Dazes.
Brainstorm? Maybe both?
You called it. You called it. Oh no.
Now we're wrapping it up with the blue matchup. It's a good league. It's got a little bit of everything.
Just some full spice. Some Prinospheres.
Yeah. Dude, I've played Magic
Nice.
for almost 8 hours now today. It's a long day. Long day at work.
This is the final stretch.
Shoutouts to
last
Igibert's
scene.
sub for making it all worth our time.
Fuck, ich muss schon wieder
Last
schalten.
scene playing Aluren. Okay.
No, it's last scene. Oh yeah, interesting. Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, dude,
Nice.
this is actually Aluren. This is actually Aluren.
Aluren. That's the enchantment where you get to flash in your 3-drops for free, right?
Gestern sehr gut
Yeah.
gepisst und geschissen. Alles
I loved playing with goblins against that because you just go goblin matron into whatever, but this deck can also do it, right? Skyclave, instant speed, maybe disruptor combo.
Or like Revoker, the Cavern Harpy.
Opponent named Skyclave Apparition and didn't find it. So we Sanctum Prelate for...
Yeah, for 4.
So let's see, I'm not familiar with this. So it's a combo deck with Aluren.
Yeah.
Do I attack first? For 3?
Yeah, definitely. I'd play the plane so you have both swords up, but it's fine.
I didn't do what you said.
You don't have to. You're your own man. Look, I'm just here to give you advice.
I love it.
Don't listen to me. Listen to what your heart tells you.
Dude, Bandit just left us with the best music in existence. Oh, no, we can't cast Cataclysm though. Okay, so how does Aluren work? Like the combo is some sort of Cavern Harpy shenanigans?
Yeah, so basically you have like anything that like advances your board.
Opponent said in the chat, Root, do you know me? Is this not a giveaway of what they're playing?
I mean, I'd ask it like, what other deck should I expect?
Yeah.
Dass man es mit dem Drücken nicht übertrieben hat. Sonst hat man dir nichts mit dem Kackstift in der Hose.
And a blue card.
Okay.
Again, great.
Wie ein Scheiß.
Okay, so they know we have swords. Sadly we drew another, but nothing to do.
Beste ist noch, wenn du dir dann einen frischen Schlüpper anziehen musst.
Bandi
Dann
just came
rennst
back
du
to say
drüber
goodbye.
durchs Haus zum
Bandi never leaves. He says goodnight, but then half an hour later he's still here and requests Twister Tiere music.
Dich sieht, denkt sie, du willst sie verführen und sie zieht ihre scheiß Postkutte aus, um über dich herzufallen.
Now we got nothing but some random dorks, which is what I love doing. You can
Yeah,
waste
but
that.
we are slapping him in the face for 5 turns, so we're just gonna wasteland first up.
Jeden Tag ein Apfel und du
First
hast
thing in the
immer
morning.
schon Stuhl.
Just like your entire house being eroded. And yeah, I think honestly this is just gonna be enough. Like we have the port for the black source, so he can't even really play a creature.
Einfach nicht sauber werden.
Like, oh, because they have Baleful Strixes or...
Yeah, not even that, because like you don't want to hit blue because we have the spirit for the cantrips, and black is where they have like the removal spells.
Einerseits
I like your thinking, yeah. Consider your brain does these things so quickly. Like you know what to do all the time.
somit müde machen.
Yeah, the thing is, because otherwise I've noticed that like it's like a skill I've trained, because otherwise I just lose so much time in my matches. See,
Verbunden sein.
and but also the thing is that's very nice. If you play Death and Taxes, you have a lot of time to think about what your opponent does. Otherwise, you're not really doing anything.
Alrighty,
So,
what do we want
def-
here?
We definitely want the paths. We want the disenchant. We want Aethersworn Canonist, and you can think about the Gideon if we have the space for it. And you want the Judgment, yeah.
So again, the opponent's deck is like a mid-rangey deck with an Aluren combo, is that correct?
Yes.
And how do they win the game?
Parasitic Strix.
Parasitic Strix and Kavan Harpy combo, right? Bouncing your creatures immediately, repeatedly. Gotta love it. Yeah, so we gotta play against the combo and against the grind, right?
But the thing is, due to the fact that they're actually playing creatures as their combo enabler, just having a bunch of removal usually works. And also Aluren, you also want the Judgment.
What about the Deafening Silence? It's like it does some things against the combo, but nothing
It
much on its
doesn't do
own.
anything against the combo.
Oh, non-creature. Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
And Canonist
So you
is
want to put a
non-artifact.
Jailer? Because it's very
Wait,
hard
those
to
are
contest.
both. No, they are not both artifacts.
They are both
Kavan Harpy is
artifacts.
a creature,
sorry.
but Strix is an artifact creature.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, what were you about to say?
So I was gonna say you want to take out the Jailer because it's hard to contest the air.
Yeah,
to
the
take
monarchy
all the
isn't safe. Sad. Jailer didn't shine today at all. I love the card.
Yeah. The thing is, usually I actually cut the card, but because I haven't played this card in like 2 years or so.
It's just
Despite me owning like one in foil, like an OG one for like $90 or so.
It's still great having him in the main deck for, you know. Anyway, we need to make some cuts here.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't play this matchup so often. I don't really know what to cut. Jesus.
What about the Thalias? They do have a bunch of creatures.
Yeah, it's just so good for slogging through all like the little bad critters that they have. That's why I like keeping Thalia. Also, it's good at like cutting them off of like therapies and stuff.
The mothers?
I guess. Yeah, you can cut mothers because they have Plague Engineers post-board. Cut 3 of them. And then we can cut 1 Thalia due to the Plague Engineer.
Perfect
And then,
in
yeah.
time. We are great together.
Yeah, this is fine. I really usually don't like having Batterskull in hand, but if you already have a Stoneforge, it's so good for baiting your opponent into like
True.
bad attacks.
It's like, wait, they got a Sword of Fire and Ice. Why did they do that? And then bam. I've gotten got by that setup a few times myself.
Yeah, so just
Plains?
Plains vibe. Yeah. And then I'd even go as far on turn 2. If they open up a Wasteland target, just go for another Wasteland Vial, because it might just go for DK right off the bat.
So it's a 4-color deck. I'm very unfamiliar with playing against this. Like at my LGS, nobody has this deck.
Yeah. Because they have 3 DKs usually.
It's looking interesting though, like my type of deck, honestly. Do I just keep up pot now, play the second vial?
Yeah, I would just port and then play the second vial.
I mean, potting the fetch land isn't great anyway.
Yeah.
So do I play
And you-
vial?
Yeah, you just play vial, because they might have an end of turn abrupt decay. Which is possibly the worst outcome.
Right.
And then being a 4-color deck, we actually have an easy time attacking their mana base. Because now if we just start pumping out the Wastelands, we're gonna be so strong.
So, the opponent's is a veteran explorer deck. Do you think they still have those in because they're not good against our planes?
They need the mana more than we do. So
usually
I can
how it
definitely
works,
see a world where they leave them in.
I usually play decks that have good use for those basics.
Yeah.
Except I also play... They're fetching around our wastelands now. That's smart.
Yeah, but that's why we also... Oh wait, we didn't bring in the Cataclysm, right?
I don't think we did.
Because the thing is, the Cataclysm's not that good against them, because as I mentioned before, they can usually just have like random like secondary creatures like Baleful Strix and stuff up. Therefore it's not that good for...
And this works for me now, the double vial ticking up, having some creatures in hand, having the port. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So now we're just gonna play the Wasteland, and then say go, and then in the upkeep port the Forest with the Wasteland.
Forest?
Yeah, because you wanna just play around Abrupt Decay.
That makes sense. Yeah, people attacking my Ether Vial is my worst fear.
Yeah.
So we get a Stoneforge going now.
Yeah, definitely. We're just gonna draw the sword because we don't wanna. We just wanna like minimize the chances of drawing dead cards because drawing the Sword of Fine Ice would just be a dead draw.
But isn't Cheetah maybe better than Sword?
It's fine. Like it's better if you're like fighting for the board. But once like the general rule of thumb is if they don't apply any pressure, you just want to be able to. Yeah, that's fine. You just want to be able to like pull ahead. And GT is fine as a reactive card, but for example, they don't like provide any pressure. You play out the GT and then they decay it without killing a single creature. Then you didn't really do anything, right?
True. Dude, people slam Uro in every deck nowadays.
I don't think they have Fatal Push, but just as a contingency in future cases, you should have Wastelanded the DK before the UC before.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Like main phase Wasteland, and then I'm always like, there's no need to. Okay, there is no need to Wasteland on the opponent's turn, but that is a valid reason.
But they're brainstorming anyway, so who cares?
I'm learning some things here. That's amazing. We get to destroy 2 lands now. That's pretty great. Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about. On Ether Vial you have to click yes and then click a card. I don't know where they do it differently for Ether Vial and for Stoneforge Mystic put a thing into play. Magic Online's interface is... Oh, so we want the sword, you said?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then we're just gonna double Wasteland and play out the Thalia proactively and just...
But with the Vial, so we can still put them.
Take up both.
Finally, we don't have to ask ourselves the question, go to 3 or stay on 2. We have both. Why not both?
So, yeah, run out the Wasteland. Just bang, bang. And then we're just gonna say go. We're gonna actually... I actually think we're gonna run up the batters. We'll see. We'll go to the end step and then we'll decide. Because if they present the black source, then I definitely want to keep up. I want to just bring out the Batter Skull.
Yeah, so I'm not even porting, I just rather activate Stoneforge.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're so far ahead.
I'm really starting to like the play patterns of this deck. Like, I always was of the opinion that I love goblins more, but I'm starting to like both the same. It's really nice.
It used to be for me the same way. It used to be like, oh, I just like D&T so much better than goblins. But then, actually, once I started playing goblins, I really started loving the deck.
Yeah, it's funny because it has the same setup, but it's so different. You have your super busted aggressive crap. Oh, this is just gonna happen, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Like now you even have your Muxus, the turn 2 Muxus and stuff with goblins.
Yeah,
and
true, yeah. And D&T now has the apparition. So yeah, I think they're just gonna fetch for a swamp, which is
so how about we... That's a good thought actually. How about we do a Goblins League at some point as well?
Oh, I'd be so down.
Let's fucking do it. Not today, even though it'd be
Yeah,
fun,
dude,
but
I
I've
wanna
been
go-
streaming
I
for
wanna
too
go to
long.
bed.
Better Skull, right?
Yeah, because it's 2 mana inefficient to get at the sword now.
So, they returned Polluted Delta, yeah.
Yeah.
They
to get
just
the
need their
sword.
mana now.
Yeah.
So I guess I go no on both of these forever.
Yeah. Nice, so yeah, we're just
I'm gonna slow
planes
roll
it up.
this Wasteland.
Yeah, and we're just gonna play the planes because you don't want to show them the wasteland. We're gonna keep up the disenchant as well for the.
They can't play anything, so I attack with both.
Yep.
Anyway,
Like technically, we run into the threat of Uro, but if they commit for the Uro this turn, then the Batter Skull is just absolutely gonna savage them with the Sword of Fire and Ice because they can't even start attacking with the Uro.
yeah, with Vigilance, Protection from blue.
Mm.
Seems okay.
It's fine. Like
This deck probably runs Sylvan Library, right? No, it doesn't. Like Uro pairs so well with it. Where there's
The
just no
thing is
room.
that the Uro is actually also a combo tool in this deck.
Oh, because you cast it
Because-
for free.
and then with the Cavern Harpy, you bounce it before it sacks itself, and then you draw 3 your
Oh,
entire
yeah.
deck. while gaining-
Aluren gives flash, right?
Yeah.
Do you wanna make some sort of move here?
No, it's fine. Because they might, they might just cast the Aluren, and I'd be too scared of that. Yeah.
5 mana.
See, that's fine.
Yeah,
That
we
resolves.
let this resolve and see what they do. Nothing.
Yeah.
So you can do everything with flash, right? So
Yeah, so we actually need to leave the disenchant open. We can't actually commit, unfortunately.
interesting. Nice.
Nice. So now what we can do is, we'll play the Wasteland. And we're just going to attack for 6 now, see if we can bait a response.
Yeah, now we have 2 things, instant speed available, which is perfect.
Yeah.
I'm
And
super.
then what we're going to do is, during our own end step, we're going to Flicker Wisp the Aluren.
Does that make any sense? They do get it back in their end step and everything has flash.
Yeah, but we want to just see if we get a reaction out of them now.
So this is probably
'cause we
Cavern
s-
Harpy now. To
They
bounce.
can't Cavern Harpy because I think Cavern Harpy needs to bounce a blue or black creature.
Oh yeah, that's true. Barin, that bounces one of your creatures though.
Yeah. So now what we're gonna do is, I think we're just gonna go for the disenchant, honestly. I want to mess around, and you tap everything except for the wasteland.
Wait. Oh, it costs 3. Oh yeah, then I keep up Wasteland, that makes sense. So, if they have the combo in hand, Baleful Strix is probably gonna resolve.
Yeah, we can't do anything about that. The reason I want to do it with the Baron on the stack is because it reduces our chances of getting blown up immediately.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's gone, that feels very good.
Yeah, and we're not even gonna wasteland because we just want to have our immediate sword equipped with the Flicker Wisp next turn.
That's a lot of value though for them.
Yeah, but we're still so ahead on board, and they're down to 11. And next turn, Flicker Wisp with Sword of Fire and Ice is also gonna ravage them. So, because now they start they need to start playing the creatures out again by hand.
Hopefully not another Aluren, there's 4 in the deck, I guess.
Yeah. So what did they return? They returned.
Eternal Witness, and then they drew another
sorry.
card.
Oh yeah, because
No, at the beginning of your end step, so at least they didn't get the second Baron trigger. So they know about
yeah.
Flicker Wisp? No, we just drew that. They know about Sword, but I can't prevent
so
them.
we're
doing
gonna
it.
lose the sword, unfortunately. I think.
There's still
But that's
Vile
fine.
in the Flicker Wisp in response, just in case.
I'd say no, and we can just get the Jit at the end of the main phase.
So main phase Flicker, Stoneforge, and then
Yeah.
I mean, they could name Flicker Wisp, but then I left with sword, so they're gonna wanna remove the sword, right?
Yep.
Mm.
They have another
4
one.
mana. Uro.
Well, they can't play the Aluren.
It's gotta be Uro.
Oh yeah, they can just Uro, yeah. But yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that.
Deck's looking sweet, honestly. I might wanna try that out at some point.
Yeah, it's a really cool deck. The problem is it sucks against combo, like very badly.
Doesn't even play Force of Wheels, does it? No,
It
it does.
plays 3, but, and it plays a 4th one on the side, I think. Yeah, it does.
Alright, so how are we gonna handle this? We have
Generally, the plan is just gonna be try to find the 5th land and then equip the Batterskull to the Thalia. Because technically, what you could also do is you could you could Flicker with the Uro and send it back to the graveyard, but they have enough mana to just get it back on track.
Also, that draws him another card.
Yeah. Let me see what he's gonna play. On green, that might be an Explorer, but I'm not too sure.
They might have tried to play a non-creature spell for a green.
Yeah,
Like that Miri's Guile.
perhaps.
The green brainstorm. Green set brainstorm.
Double library for poor people. So second main phase, don't forget to flicker the Stoneforge.
Yeah, so the Fire and Ice is gone. We're gonna want to do
This
something.
last one.
Super cool battle.
Solo battle.
So many triggers. Weird that you have to click these all the time.
And so now I'd actually level up the second Vial to 3 as well.
Okay, it was already... Yeah, I removed my yields now, so we can do that next
Okay.
turn.
Yeah, but that's fine. So we're gonna wasteland the black.
Don't I wanna equip Batterskull to...
Oh,
Thalia?
yeah, true. Yeah, no, never mind. Leave it. Yeah. So now we're just gonna play the Jit. Oh, wait, actually, yeah. Wait, let me think about that quickly.
Equip Batterskull to Thalia, she can start attacking.
Rude,
Well, if
yeah.
they double block here, she dies.
Then that doesn't matter. No, because Thalia kills both.
No, Uro has 6 toughness.
Oh, it has 6 toughness. Okay, I see. I think I'd equip the Jit to Thalia first and then start attacking with the... You can just suicide the Thalia. That's fine. Because next turn we can just equip it to the Flicker Wisp and start killing him in the air.
So we just want the Flyer gone.
Yeah, or honestly, actually, now that I think about it, actually equip it to the Stoneforge Mystic. Or sorry. Actually, you can also just equip it to the Germ, since we're gonna next turn, put it on another creature.
Yeah. Well, are we?
Well, yeah, because we're putting it on the Thalia, right?
So Germ's just gonna run into Uro here, or...
Yeah, because like if he runs into the Strix, that's fine, because then we have the 2 Jit counters left up. If he runs into the Uro, we can just kill the Uro, right? So that's why he can't actually block the thing. And then we have like 2 set up for the 2 counters left for the what's it called?
Now this is Magic how I enjoy it. Super weird, grindy, long games where a lot of things happens. It's hard, but it's fun. Donna has 4 cards, so I'm scared.
Yeah, one of them's a Witness, if I'm not mistaken.
So they have endless value, but that's kind of what the deck does, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna
Like
be
technically
hard.
we have a 2-turn lethal setup, but it's gonna be...
Well, they're gaining life.
That's still, the Jit does enough damage, because the Jit gives us +4.
I'm just
They're
taking
technically
6
on 9,
here.
and then they're on 12, and then next turn we can Alpha Strike him. That's fine, yeah.
Yeah,
My
we're going...
biggest fear is gonna be them having an Abrupt Decay in hand.
Yeah, they're drawing a lot of cards, so... This list has 3 main deck. Yeah, it's a good card.
It really is.
What set was that? Was that first Ravnica?
Yeah, the second one. Return to Ravnica.
Interesting. I thought it was first. And what you got? Eternal Witness. So if Strix comes back, she still dies and we get in the air at least.
He might actually just get back the Aluren. But who knows?
Oh yeah. No?
Oh no, he's getting Brainstorm. Okay, interesting. So he probably doesn't have anything actually.
Well, what a grindy game. Gonna have to try to stay ahead on clock all the time.
Yeah. We're actually ahead, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So next turn we're just gonna equip the Flicker Wisp, attack with Thalia and Flicker Wisp, and then should be fine. But depends on if he has something.
So wait, what's your exact plan? Oh, Plague Engineer, bro. Human core, well at least it doesn't really...
Yeah, fine. And we still have the JIT, so...
So how are we gonna handle this? Are we equipping Better Skull now?
Yeah, I think we're actually gonna ignore the Plague Engineer now. Like, obviously depends on what we draw.
Yeah, putting both on 3 in case we draw like a Recruiter.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why I want him on 3. And that's fine, so now we can wasteland the Bayou, I guess.
And equip Better Skull.
Yeah.
With our own life gain engine. That is a lot of life linking, vigilancy damage.
Yeah, so next turn he's actually not gonna die from the JIT equip because it's only gonna be 11.
Uru is a pretty good card.
Yeah, Ur is a stupid magic card. Yeah, so he's actually gonna unlock himself on the Brainstorm.
Didn't fetch though before drawing.
Yeah. Might have also just wanted to draw both cards. Because it's free with the Ur, basically. So he has another Aluren. That's not very powerful, if you ask me.
Academy Rector.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Damn, dude, they can't even sack it now. We got nothing against that. Get an enchantment card. What's that gonna be?
Might just be Overwhelming Splendor, but I don't know if they actually play that.
Probably. Pernicious Deed. Like,
True, oh my god.
yeah, and then they can just bring back Uro and win the late game.
Yeah.
Dude.
But they don't have enough mana to kill the Battle Skull, which is good.
Yeah.
So if they let us untap, we can just go into combat, and then we're gonna do like a little anti-removal trick, as I like to call it. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying. Yeah, so... Does he have only 2 mana? How much is X?
X is 3.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I want you to activate the Stoneforge and hold control. So you hold control the entire time, the control button, right?
But doesn't the Germ die anyway if you do the thing?
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
I think that doesn't make much sense to do anything here.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. Forget it.
We just gain some life.
Just gain 4 life.
I feel like this game's pretty over though. I mean, we could draw out
we'll
of it,
see.
but... Yeah, we could have done the thing, but sadly the Germ dies anyway.
That's fine though, that's natural for Uro. So we'll just draw and say go, bounce the Battle Skull, end of turn, and then... Like, we'll send him back up to like infinity, but who cares? Because we just got...
And it has just so many more cards now, but I guess it's not over. Not try to play fast because we're ahead on clock. I guess I just swords it in response to the whole trigger.
Yeah. Like, I guess just bounce the Battle Skull now. Oh, actually no, because they might have a therapy. Don't bounce the Battle
Yeah,
Skull.
do it end step.
Yeah. Nice.
Once again, up to 21. Oro is also just such a dumb card.
It's just such an unfun card.
Yeah, we talked
I just
about
get
this.
sad.
But you said, sadly, it's still legal. Now I know why you said that. There's the girl. They tried to play this earlier. Right, we have one thing and one thing only.
We're just here to cast removal spells and cast Battle Skulls. We're all out of removal spells.
Maybe I could have kept the planes in hand for bluffing value, but
I think we're people with a mission. Please don't forget.
true. At least I can have 6 with no cards in hand.
Save that clock time, baby. Let's go. Oh no, I was gonna say they probably have a recruiter now.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, this is where things get dangerous.
Well, you see the power of the blue deck. Opponent has 26 cards in library and we have 41.
So what did he get with the? Oh, he got an engineer.
No
Oh,
Caven
sorry, he
Harpy.
got a- Oh. Yeah.
We still attack, right?
Yeah.
For them, and progress has been made.
And then I think we're just gonna tap both the Savannah and one Forest to just deny him.
The combo.
Yeah.
If they float mana, okay, I was gonna say if they float mana, you can wait until draw step.
Yeah. This is gonna take a while.
I said it was gonna be a 3-hour league. We're up to 3 hours, 12 minutes. It is a long one.
Oh god. Nice land. Strong, strong. But they must be, yeah, I was gonna say they must be running out of lands now.
Probably.
LMAO.
It's funny.
That's fine.
That is so funny.
Yeah. That's really good that we're making such like form of card advantage in the late game.
That's true.
Damn. Yeah, just Flicker Wisp for the Batter Skull. And then we're just gonna tap the swamp actually, so they don't have any black.
I love how we're still not out of this game.
Hmm.
What's in their hand though? Cabal Therapies or something?
I guess
They only played one, I think, until now.
they have one Cavern Harpy and one Unknown, I think.
Have we seen any Cavern Harpies, or do you just think they...
No, they only play one.
They could have the
According to
combo now, 2 cards in hand, Aluren out. Okay, they're not
Yeah.
going for it, but you can do it at any time. But they're down on clock,
Yeah,
so... they should
Yeah, the
do
thing
it.
is now what sucks is that the Cavern Harpy actually, we're not gonna be able to attack anymore because they can just play and bounce the Harpy.
I mean, they have to pay
At all
life.
True. Oh yeah. So now I'd probably yeah, that's the thing that sucks because I would have liked to equip the Flicker Wisp to the
That's not happening.
yeah. So we're just gonna attack, and we can't even play the Thalia realistically.
No, that doesn't make any sense because they do the thing again and...
Yeah. So I just got 14 turns of like them boring us to death.
Offending the Strix.
Yeah.
But I guess we played a good game.
Yeah, I mean this is still game 2, right?
Yeah.
Or pretty far up on the clock.
There's an argument to just like
Okay, now we're dead.
yeah.
Just let them play it out though, because I want to see if they have the Strix in post board, and also I want to waste a bit of their clock. 'Cause it's still like usually I don't like doing it, but with like 7 minutes on the clock, it's
Yeah, I honestly don't like playing for the clock because I wouldn't do it if it was like a friendly match. But these games are literally about money, so you gotta like play to every out you have, don't you? It's a little
like
bit of a dick
if you're
move,
like
but
dead on board, like for example your opponent has like a walking ballista combo, and like they show you the ballista.
well,
and,
this is
like
infinite.
I'm not gonna make him.
This is
click
infinite
200.
card draw anyway, so we're just
Yeah, but I want to see if they actually have the Strix in the deck. Appears to be so. But...
yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't be. Should I just click concede or do we want to see it?
No, I want to see.
Hmm. Okay, this recruiter, that's gonna do it.
Probably. Yeah.
That's the combo. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna be honest. In that spot, I would have probably actually just let the clock run out.
Yeah, it's sort of a dick move, but I can see it. Do we play Cataclysms?
I think on the play we can actually bring them in and then take the Dahlias out. 2 of them for it.
Yeah, they're not that good.
Alright,
Last game, last match, let's go.
game 5, last stock, last game.
No, no.
Oh no.
TSDs at the beginning of the game. Do we keep this? Ah.
Honestly, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
And just throw away the factory.
there are worse hands, but there are also better hands. What up, Korn? Holio 84. This is the game for everything. We are 2-2. We want to get the winning record.
Erich.
Sorry?
So that's Erich, he's from Vienna.
Oh, what's
Man's
up?
a legend.
What's up, legend?
Ah, damn. Let's get it on. Gonna get Cabal therapied. No, we're gonna get explored. No, we're gonna get
Also, no.
Alright, now I just play the port and shit. Pray to God. Next turn I just apparition the Guile, honestly.
Or
There's
anything else they might play.
Yeah, because the thing is, like with our hand, we just have such a high opportunity of screwing them, mana-wise. Yeah,
Doodle doodle.
like I just definitely hit the Guile, because it also just slows them down.
Mhm. Oh, opponent mulligan to 5 in this match.
Yeah,
Does that change anything?
I think it does.
Just
I
Ether Vial off of the port
Yeah,
and port them.
yeah, port the green source. Because if they cantrip, that's fine for us, because it doesn't add anything to the board and it clocks them a bit more. I mean, it sucks that like I have to think this way, but like we're playing for the game, so.
Yeah, again. It's like... Yeah, these are competitive matches and you gotta use every win condition, I guess.
Yeah.
The fact that I sometimes lose to the clock makes me feel better about it. Opponent's in the red zone, we will see.
Yeah, we're just gonna double port, honestly. At this point, I don't even wanna mess with the Guile.
Yep.
Also, again, because I'm thinking that it like wastes a bit of their time in the upkeep.
Also we have Violent ticking up. I think this is actually honestly the best play generally.
Yeah, that's also why.
Violent ticking up, another land in hand. This is what I want to do, regardless of anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and like they're out of lands.
Death Texas is such an annoying deck to play against sometimes. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so we're just gonna play the Wasteland, say go, and then see if in the upkeep we can like maybe eke out a Brainstorm from him or something.
What do I tap, green and blue? Or?
Yeah, in that order specifically.
Doesn't even bother floating mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have any green instant speed cards, I guess. Yep. Hello.
This. Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect, roommates are going to sleep. They requested us to be silent, but it's the last game anyway. We're gonna stick this out and then...
Yeah.
Alright.
If he plays an Uro, we're just gonna... that's fine, we're gonna let that resolve, yeah.
They're not gonna say Spirit, are they?
I doubt it.
Yeah, human is the best. F7 to go to end step, play the Spirit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're gonna take the Vial. If we're lucky, we're actually gonna be able to maybe get a Cataclysm or something, and then the game should be over. Yeah,
Do I just
Wasteland.
Violin, Skyclave?
Uh,
Equip?
no, I like keeping it for a potential learn. We're just gonna equip now and set up the... and just get the JIT online.
So don't take away the Plague Engineer. Just the,
we're just
for
gonna
the trade.
combat. We're just gonna trade, yeah. And then we'll have the JIT set up.
Yeah, we need this for the combo, right?
Yeah. We're just gonna port double green in the upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah, he even lets this go, which I think is crazy to do. So upkeep, get the double green. And then we can just shoot the engineer. But I think it's wild that he's letting this through.
Yeah, I would have traded. Like, you want to take away the creatures when Enchita is active.
Yeah. Like, he's even losing the Plague Engineer now, so... I guess he's just maybe, like, stressed and didn't, like, properly pay attention.
When I'm down on clock, I make so bad, such bad gameplay, it's honestly not even funny.
I wouldn't laugh. So now we're just, yeah. We're gonna let it tick up. Sorry, we're gonna keep it at 3. We're just gonna shoot the thing and then boom boom.
I wonder what's in the hand, but I feeling we just got him on the mana front here now.
Yeah, that's the thing. The matchup is fine for him. Okay, now we're just gonna. You can actually just tap the second one now because he doesn't have any double green spells, except for like Aura Flashback. If he wants to go for DK now, he should be my guess. What? Oh, yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna make 4 life. He's pretty dead here. And this is like vintage death and taxes, that's how you like it.
Yeah, that's good showing here.
Just beat downtown.
3-1 beats. Oh, I should have kept the double white. I forgot I drew another removal spell. Probably
yeah, but
won't matter, but
there's no need. Honestly,
Yeah.
there's no need.
would still have been optimal.
I don't think so. I like the end of turn wasteland more, to be honest.
In case they do something.
Oh, okay,
Third
yeah.
board
Now the
draw.
game's up.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep it disciplined. Go
That's
for green.
disrespectful to everybody.
To me, to Hungry Bucks. And then the swamp. And then in the end step, if he doesn't show us another non-blue land, we're just gonna go for exiling the Miri's Guile. And then kill him, because we have the double swords back up. Otherwise, I wouldn't usually do this.
Yeah.
Because I like
But
being
like
very
double blue,
conservative.
if they don't play a land, they can't do much, right?
Yeah. Nice. MTGO is also just about to give up, so I think it's good that we're ending it here.
Everything's...
He's probably typing in chat right now as we speak. Oh, never mind. He just
GG's,
threw
bro.
his PC out the window. All right.
So yeah, that was a good league. You had the perfect mana base to play out that game. Yeah. Kinda lucky draws. Okay, I can't see the board state anymore. That's just MTGO things. I have said what card to deal with pot, but I
You need
didn't draw
to
it.
press.
Yeah, I can. There's a button return to game, but it's grayed out for some reason now. But at least the chat's still here.
Is it Pernicious Deed?
Entered Aluren, 2 recruiters, Rector indeed.
Oh, ask him if it's Squandered Resources. Oh yeah.
Squandered
it's Squandered
resources.
That's the card. That was actually the first combo deck ever printed in Magic. The engine was run on Squandered Resources.
Second land, add a mana. Interesting.
And that card used to play with Natural Balance, where if you had less lands than your opponent, it would go up to 5 lands. So you would always sack all your lands, make 5 mana, and then always like make like infinite lands and like thin out your like all the lands in your deck, and then play Prosperity. It was really funny.
That's pretty cool. Which format was that? Extended
That
or
was
something?
OG Extended, yeah.
I see.
Like back in 1999.
Yeah, I used to
when-
play Extended in, what, 2002, no, 5 or something.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go to bed because I got stuff to do tomorrow.
Yeah, should we talk about the games, or do you just wanna wrap it up? It was a good league, and I'm pretty sure we didn't really make any big errors or anything. There were some tight plays. I loved it. I loved the deck.
I think except for like in the one match.
We ran into the madness creature, right? That shouldn't have happened,
Yeah.
but that was
Yeah,
kind
that
of
should
it.
have happened. And I
we
think that actually cost us the game. But apart from
Probably.
that, I didn't think we made any other like.
got a
huge
treasure
mistake.
chest. Let's open it. See if we got some
Yeah.
value. I
For
got
the game.
149 play points, which is an awkward value, so we're gonna get over the bump.
Alright, 1 force negation for $90.
Alright, Hull Breacher. I'd like that for my Esper Vial deck. Come on. 10 play points. That's better than average. It's like
Nice.
7 on average.
And then
Guardian
you can-
Seraph.
Oh, that's a Death and Taxes playable. Trust me.
It's a white thing with an ability. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it flies, dude. It's insane.
Alright, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you everybody for watching this. It's gonna go on YouTube. If you are watching it on YouTube, I love you. Like and follow and
And so do
subscribe.
I.
You know the thing. Yogurt, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna
And-
do the same thing but with goblins at some point.
Yeah,
Where maybe I can show you some things. It's the same setup but in red. It's gonna be awesome.
Same, but different. All right. Well, it was a pleasure. Good night. Love the stream. Love y'all. Bye bye.
Alright, see ya. We're gonna raid someone now to end the stream. Let's see whom we shall have. Cornholio, thank you for stopping by. You're a legend, as Yogurt told us. Who's streaming that I could raid? Magic the Gathering. Smaller streamers. Alright, Yogurt, thank you so much for joining me. Alright, I'm a raider random legacy streamer. Bruno. See you everybody next time, probably tomorrow for some maybe cube shenanigans, we'll see. See you soon, yeah. Follow the stream for infinite glory, of course. Thanks for the failure. And yeah, see you everyone.
foda-se. Foda-se. Se eu comprar um macaco, dá pra fazer tudo. Muito obrigado, Chris Juan. Chris Juan. Muito obrigado pela raid. Ou thank you for the raid. Não sei se o cara é. Se o cara é gringo. Vamos de zóio, né? Se bem que. Ele tem uma. Não, eu vou de zóio porque ele